Let me finish my Uma Musume.
Let's swap to this.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, did you do a 10 pull?
Hi. Cootie
You're on work
queens.
break. Well, let me just tell you guys right now, we have 6 pages of notes, so this is
7.
gonna be a long one. 7, sorry.
6,
7 pages of
7.
notes.
6,
This is
7.
gonna be a long one. 6, 7.
Milo, you're gonna rile them up. Look at them. Look at them. No.
It's gonna be a long one.
Like we said before.
Yeah, I mean, you're not even, nobody can even speak unless we invite them on stage, so don't worry about being muted. You should be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we said before,
Yeah.
if you're streaming, you can stream this. In fact, we
Yeah,
encourage it.
ERP is legalized, but actually only for Kohaku and only in his truck when he's alone. So,
Do not get close enough to see the slash knee.
yeah, don't get too close to Kohaku when he's in his truck. I know he's been trying to invite people into his truck recently. Just, ooh, watch out.
That one-on-one time where you have to pay for the gas. That's what it is.
I'm gonna say right now, you guys can all save it if you request to speak. No,
Yeah, we're not letting anyone speak
that's
for
not
this
gonna
meeting.
happen at any point.
Yeah.
You speak to ERP. Okay, correction. We will let. No, I'm kidding.
Only Kohaku and only in his truck, but the city is down for the duration of this meeting, so I don't think he can. Unfortunate. Indeed.
Yeah, the nature of the town hall is one-way communication mostly. We're informing you of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a lot of people for a late meeting. Sorry for the
I know.
sudden
Phantom, this is
suddenly
prime
called
time.
meeting. Yeah, this is our prime time, by the way. If you were curious about anything at any point, this and for the next 4 hours is still our prime time. Which is crazy.
Which is crazy.
Insane, actually. So we are calling this because, frankly, there are just so many things that we have had to correct recently. And so many tickets that we've been getting, and so many things that seem to be misunderstood from people and then spread around to people constantly as like factual information. So we have made a 7-page list of notes of things that we need to correct and explain to you guys and talk to you about. Some of it is including things about metagaming, some of it is including things about ocean dumping, some of it is including things about the EMS telling people too much information or the police telling people too much information. There's a lot. There's a lot.
There
No
is
face,
a
no
lot.
case stuff. Yeah.
This is
So
just an
Raylis, you have
opportunity
the
to get
notes
everybody on the. This
on
is
the
a
same
chance for you to
page.
get on the same page.
Yeah.
So please,
Yes.
what we are saying now is what we expect.
What we are saying now is what we expect and is essentially what our laws will be and how we go about things in the city. We have discussed the things that we've talked about in great detail, and these are basically our rulings and what we expect from you guys and stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, we got a big list of stuff to get through. Will the notes be posted later?
We can do our best, but frankly, this is like, it's like a reminder of our rules along with a reminder of the document that I already wrote for you guys.
Yeah, if you want the notes, read the 17-page document that Cozy already wrote.
Yeah, please read the Lodestar Guide document. Also, please read the rules. Both of those things realistically should give you the information that you need. Anything else, if you're still confused, we can't go back over and just explain everything over and over again. We've tried putting out announcements, we've tried making notes. It's not working. This is us talking to you about it.
Yes. Grand Theft Auto Like Grand Theft Auto RP as like a game slash hobby slash addiction comes with the territory of a fuckload of rules. Doesn't matter what city you go to, there's going to be a fuckload of rules that you are expected to follow, and you are expected to learn over time, and as long as you're making your solid effort, we'll work with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna like ban people for first offenses on things if they didn't know that something was supposed to go a certain way. Like if you didn't know that you were supposed to forget something in an ocean dumping, we'll probably open a ticket with you and make sure that you're aware, sort of thing. But this is stuff that we need you guys to be aware of as best as we can tell everyone. So that's why we're bringing you here.
Yeah, and that's actually a great place to start because this was actually the first thing on our list was we want to clarify ocean dumping because we have seen a lot of people say a lot of things about what ocean dumping is, how it's done, what you should remember, and we've seen that there are so many people that are giving conflicting information that we want to just set the record straight here about what an ocean dump is and what realistically the consequences for an ocean dump should be. The first of which is what you can remember. The if you have been ocean dumped, which is people have left you in the water outside of city limits. We're talking like deep
In the gray
water
part,
where
deep
it,
water.
yeah, deep water, like where if you know to use in-game terms here, if your mini map has turned a different color, that's where you're dumping people.
Yep.
We're not like super strict that it has to be exactly at that line, but it should be out that far. Like
Yep.
it shouldn't be something that someone could casually see from the coast type deal.
It does not count in a pool. It does not count in a river. If you are not out in the middle of the full ass
The
ocean,
Alamo the
then it
Alamo
doesn't
Sea
count.
does not count. There are way
The
too
Alamo Sea
many
does not.
there are so many locals that just are in the Alamo Sea. The chances of someone finding you are very high. Like in terms of like an RP aspect of that. But like if you are ocean dumped, you're dumped out in the ocean. There is not like a depth level requirement or anything like that.
Yeah, you
You
don't have to
just
swim
have to
down.
be left for dead out in the ocean.
Yep.
If that is what has
Admittedly.
occurred to you,
Oh.
you need to like so if that's what's happened to you and you have to respawn at the hospital, you don't get to remember almost anything concerning what happened with that event, including the events leading up to the ocean dump.
That's including what cars arrived, including what you were doing before it happened, including literally any identifying information about any of the situation you cannot remember. You might as well just consider, like, maybe even if you're worried about it, maybe the last few hours you can't remember. Just at all.
Yeah, and because the main reason why we're bringing up is we've had multiple. I can't even count how many tickets we've had about ocean dumping. It's gotten to an insane point of like people claiming that others are metagaming because of knowledge that they've gotten. When we say you can't remember anything, you don't even get to remember people's hair color type deal. Like
Literally
that's
none of
how
it.
much information you should be forgetting. Like there really should be no identifying information that you, like just you as a person who got ocean dumped, can remember. Ocean dumping in GTA roleplay is a mechanical thing that people do to force you to forget situations. It's one of the few things in all of GTA RP that is a forced RP event.
And it's not meant to be used in all of these situations of people trying to punish people. Because if you're trying to punish a person and then you ocean dump them afterwards, they will not remember what you were telling them they forget the lesson entirely. There is no point in ocean dumping a person if you want them to know not to do something, because all it does is put them in the water and then make them forget why it happened. What you're doing it
Yeah.
for is situations like you are a serial killer and someone walked in on you doing it, and or like heard a name, or like something very serious, something that is
You
like
need
you
that
need
person
them
to
to
be gone.
forget or else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like ocean dumping should be used as as you trying to avoid a major consequence because something went wrong. That's usually what ocean dumps are used for. It's not used for this person did something to me and I want to teach them a lesson, so you go dump them in the water. Well, they don't get to they don't get to learn the lesson. There is no point if that is why you are ocean dumping. And that's how we've been seeing ocean dumping being used a lot, is that people are using that to try and punish other people for a perceived slight, but they don't get to remember the event. And so ultimately they just are confused.
Yeah.
And if you want
People
to teach someone a lesson, they need to remember that you are the one who taught them the lesson.
Yeah. If people find out information about it, they can still tell you that information. If in some way other people saw you getting kidnapped, or if they knew where you were going, or if you posted something on Birdie or you sent text messages or something like that, you can use that information as potentially identifying information. But honestly, we should probably just mention no face, no case at this point.
Yeah, that's a good
A
time.
lot of the time when people are trying to give identifying information about people, there's a lot of really weird ways that it's done. Essentially, you should be thinking of this city as, if it is an option in a clothing store or in a hair salon or anything like that, even if you have not seen another player wearing it or using it, you should assume there could literally be up to hundreds of other people that could have this. It does not matter if it's like, this is the only player character that I've seen in the city with this pale skin tone, or with this orange hair, or with this specific mask and hair combo, or anything. It does not matter. If you have seen a person that is wearing a mask, you do not know who that is.
There is a reason that colloquially, when they're referring to how many people are in the city, so like let's say there's 100 people, that you will refer to it as, I can't believe there's 100,000 people in the city.
Yeah,
Because
every person
you
that
are
is in the
made
city,
to-
you should assume another 1,000.
Yeah, there is the unsaid but understood application of the fact that, yes, there are thousands of locals walking around, but this is a big downtown city. If you've ever been to a big downtown city, they're full of people, a lot of them wearing light shirts, a lot of them wearing face masks, especially nowadays. Anybody can pick up any clothing option anywhere.
Yes, if you see someone go into a place and change everything, and you saw them maskless when they walk in, you can know that that's still them. It's not like they immediately put in like a memory block on you or something and you can't remember who they are. If someone walks in and changes into a mask next to you and then pulls a gun on you, you know who that is.
Ducksaki actually asked a good question.
Yes.
That is clarifying this. So let's take Ember, how she always wore the same mask all the time. Does that mean you still don't know it's her? You don't know for sure. However, the other aspect of no face, no case is people are still allowed to make assumptions, and I'm just going to use Ember in this case because it was brought up. she has her profile picture set to that exact outfit. So
Mhm.
even if you can't know for sure it's her, if you've done things to tie yourself to a particular outfit, it's not unreasonable for people to guess that it's you, but they still
Yeah.
don't know
You don't
unless
know.
they've
Yeah.
seen their face.
Yeah.
It
And
doesn't matter
also,
how identifying it is, they have to see your face.
seeing the face counts as the lower half of the face. The
Goggles do
mouth.
not count.
Goggles do not count. If someone is wearing goggles, that is not a mask. If someone's wearing glasses, that is not a mask. It is the lower half of the face. And the only time that this has ever been considered different is with androids, because a lot of androids have been using the gas mask as an identifier of being an android. So actually, like Ren was saying earlier, he didn't recognize Arya without her mask.
What are the masks that are just facial hair?
If
That
someone
is a
has made that
question.
as, if that's like an actual like facial hair that they're saying that like this is my beard or something like that, then that doesn't really count as a mask. But if it's someone that's like trying to put on a disguise using that, then that doesn't count. Or
Yeah,
that
I
does
think if
count.
it's just a mask, or if it's just facial hair, like you just threw on facial hair, that's not really a mask. But if like if you've
Yeah.
crafted a whole outfit to go with the beard, like preferably with like goggles or something else that's like that helps obscure the face, like
No.
it has to be clear intent that this is a disguise. And
Tattoos
even
do
then,
not, you can't recognize people by tattoos.
you
Nope.
cannot recognize people by
Tattoo
tattoos.
ID is not.
There is-
In
included.
our
I've
city,
made-
tattoos are free to
Sorry,
well,
go
not
ahead.
free, but you can freely change them however you want. I could change every tattoo that I have or remove every single tattoo that I have very easily.
And you could just go change them, and you could just say, "Oh yeah, I put makeup on them." So it's not even identifiable to do someone or detect someone with tattoos. If you really want a guideline, I made very specific guidelines in the guide to existing. Here, I'm gonna just link this doc for you guys. Again,
Every time we
Um,
mention it, we post the link.
every time we mention it, we post the
I'm
link.
copying the link.
It
Okay.
literally says in the no face, no case section, you cannot positively identify anyone by their voice, clothing, hairstyle, hair color, skin tone, or tattoos. You can positively identify someone by their face, and that is the only way. You're gonna
Yep.
get so wasted if every time we mention it, you take a shot. You're gonna die. You're gonna die over there. And
Yeah, I had to
voice
step away for
does not
what?
matter. No
Yeah,
matter
No,
voice
what,
is
Fanny,
not possible.
I would say avoid saying that phrase specifically. That phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Y-
cannot.
Don't say they
Voice
sound familiar.
identification is the worst out of any of them because this is GTA. There, for instance, are you gonna say that M and Randa are the same person because they sound the same on the phone? M and Randa both have the same voice. They have a slightly different accent that she plays, but they sound basically functionally the same. So you're gonna say that they're the same person? No, you can't. So you
Are you gonna say
cannot voice
Milo?
identify at all.
Are you gonna say
Or
Milo and
Milo and
Woodrow are the same
Woodrow.
person? Because I
Yeah.
do not play voices. I refuse
Yeah,
to
he
play
doesn't play
voices.
voices at all. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, you you cut
Your
out a
voice
little
got
bit
really
there because you
quiet there,
got
B.
quiet. Yeah.
Yeah. Voice identifying is a big no-no.
Don't.
Yeah, that's
do
the
it.
worst of all of them. Of anything else, like maybe you could say, well, I've seen this person a lot of the time wearing this color with this hairstyle with this, like you can kind of say it could be that person. It's possible that that's person. If it's the voice that you're going by, no, absolutely not. Not even a little bit.
So, Rain, you bring up a good question about what if the mask sash style color is representation of gang? Like, don't wear that color of clothes or mask that gang won't like, or gang uses that color. I have personally, on so many occasions, specifically dressed up as a gang to fuck with people
Yep.
so that people would get mad at that gang.
Yep.
You cannot identify people with assuredly that they are from a gang unless you see their face.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if every time you see a gang, they look the exact same way. Because literally anyone can and does dress up like other people to fuck with people.
It's a boon and a detriment to gangs that they always wear the same sort of thing if they have like an identifying thing, because if they have that identifying thing, especially if it's something that's like fully masked up, like the Spectre mask and jacket combo that they had is something that like you can't see any face recognition at all. Really, really easy to dress up like them. They'll try and find you if they found out that it was done, but does not mean that you can just
So,
dress up like them and
Ernest,
people will be like, "Oh, it's just them."
you bring up a good question, and I think that this is really worth talking about. So you could make an assumption but not know. People make assumptions as if they are confirmations, and we
Yeah.
see it so much. You
Yeah.
don't just say, I assume it's them, because realistically, you should not be like when people say assume, people hear that and just take it as fact. That's just what happens. You
Yeah.
should not be saying things in any sort of like confident manner unless you know.
Yep.
That's
Which
just
is why,
how it
say,
is.
Fuse does things like they'll kidnap people and they'll try and question them and they'll try and get into their phones and stuff like that, because that's better confirmation of whatever information they're trying to get of who people could have been or who's involved.
Yeah, but no case, no face. I really recommend you guys just, take a shot, read the document, because
Oh,
it's one of the trickiest
he said it.
aspects
He
of
said it.
GTA, but it's just easier for you to assume that you don't. It's always better for you to assume you don't know anything when it
Yeah.
comes to someone's identity unless you have seen their face. If you've seen their
I was
face,
very
you can
descriptive
say
about
whatever you
it in
want.
there. So it should help. If you still have questions, you can
Yep.
put questions in the questions and etc. thing earlier or later.
Again, even if
Um,
you feel that you know GTA or P, it's still a good document to read, one, because a refresher is not bad, and two, it is very clearly the expectation that the server owners are anticipating.
Yeah, it's what we feel should be the way things work. So if you really aren't sure, because some people have been in different cities, people have done things differently in different cities. This is our
this is
official
how we expect
stance
it to
on
go.
how things should work.
So
Yeah.
North Star Bible, if you will.
What about driver license plate? License plates are different because license plates can be customized and they are unique. So if you see someone's car and you actually can read the license plate, you can't identify it by the colors because again, I can and have
Painted as
gotten the
bar.
same car as someone, painted it the exact same, and fucked with people.
It's
So
something
so
specifically that he has done so many times.
I
So
Yes.
so fun lore. I've actually specifically done this to people in one of the kings in a different city.
yeah,
A lot.
They know who
But
they
so like
are.
for a car,
you can
the,
admit
yeah.
it.
the
Go
license
ahead,
plate,
tell him what you did.
I fucked with. Okay, look, Fuse had some members in one of our old cities, and I fucked with them for months by dressing up like them and copying their cars and tagging things in their territory for months. So people can and will do that. But
It was
for
him.
cars specifically, consider the license plate as the face. Like unless you have clearly read the license plate, you do not know whose car it is.
Yep.
And then it could still be stolen, just by the way.
If someone consistently has the same outfit, mask, etc.,
Yeah, and it
then
could
you
be
can
stolen.
kind of
People steal cars all the time.
Yeah, people can't steal cars. That's the other thing. Cars can be stolen no
forget about
matter
that.
what. So even if you think Volley's car probably wouldn't get stolen, and he's probably the one that has it, maybe one day it did get stolen. Who knows?
Yeah. So there's
Um,
like I said, it's just always safest to assume you don't know.
Yeah, but so for in cases where it's someone who consistently has the same outfit, the same mask, the same hairstyle, the same bike that they ride around on, pretty much the same everything, you can kind of assume that it's probably that person, but there's still no way to be completely sure about it unless you see their face. Which is why like police can go by descriptions and try and find people that match the description, but until they get either a fingerprint scan or they see the face, they cannot say that they actually caught the person in question.
Yeah, and like we said before, there are some exceptions. Like if you see Arya rolling around with her respirators, you can know that's her. Like
Yeah,
it's
we specifically call out some
actually
exceptions.
yeah, like it's
But
actually the opposite for her. Where if she's not wearing her respirator, that's when I get questioned more than anything. Oh, wait, have we met?
yeah. But just because we have a lot of topics to go
Yeah.
on, we're gonna say this a million times. Everything. Oh, fuck, there's my pen. Everything we talk about here is in the document somewhere, out with like one, maybe two exceptions.
Yeah, pretty much
But
all of it's in
something
there.
that kind of ties into this is when you're talking about no face, no case stuff, and something that's kind of similar is the concept of, and this also ties into the voice recognition question from earlier, is player knowledge does not equal character knowledge. Because people will hear a voice and assume that this person knows a thing because one of their characters has done a thing. This is mostly for people who have multiple characters. But we have seen some cases where people have been using aggressive language to others that are like they're like, I know you know what this is, but the character knowledge is very different from what the player knowledge is. I, as an admin, know literally everything that can happen in the city because I put it there. Connor does not. So if you are trying to talk to me in character about something that you know I, as the admin, know, and get frustrated that Connor is not answering your question, it's because he's not supposed to know. And this
Yeah, if
happens
we
a lot
don't
with
have if we don't have the admin tag above our heads, just assume we're not working and assume we are role playing and assume that our characters only know what they know. And it's also your fault if you start saying something to one of our characters that we don't know about and you just give us free information in character. That's on you. That's happened to me a lot. You guys have told me so many
Happened
things.
to me a
I
lot.
have not I have barely gone searching for anything in this city because everyone's just told Faith where everything is. I didn't need to go looking. It's great.
yeah. This has happened a lot with people who have PD characters, crim characters, and EMS characters, or like any combination of them. Is someone will be playing dumb about something that, like, you've done that crime with them on their crim character, but their EMS character doesn't know about it, and you get frustrated because their EMS character doesn't know about it. Of course, they haven't done it. They're EMS. They're not doing crime.
Mhm.
It's just something to be cognizant of. Is there's a very big separation for most people that, well, actually, everyone who plays multiple characters, is the separation of player knowledge versus character knowledge. Just that's something to keep in mind.
Also,
Um,
we have a lot of new people coming into the city
oh yeah, we
every
have a
day.
lot of new people.
So, like, getting
Yep.
frustrated or upset with somebody for not knowing a certain location or anything of that matter is just not fair. Um, Character to character, but also new players, they're not going to know. where a lot of stuff is. So please
Mhm.
keep that in mind whenever you're interacting and starting conflict with individuals.
Yep.
So everything that we're saying here should be said. You guys might know or have some connection and be like, oh yeah, I recognize that in this instance. Everything that we are bringing up has been brought to us multiple times.
Yeah, there's
like,
not a
any
solo
specific-
person.
Yeah, there's no solo instance. There's no solo thing. If there was, we'd handle that in private via ticket.
Yep. If
So
it
you
was
Yeah,
don't
one
have
everything
person,
we're
we wouldn't
saying
have to
here-
say it.
We've had at least 3+ tickets about probably within the last week or so.
10.
Yeah.
It's the same
So
way
it's
with
not
our
just one person.
announcements. When we put out announcements, it's like, okay, we have to put out an announcement about this because we have gotten maybe 5 or 6 reports or tickets within days, if not hours, of each other. So
Yep.
Yeah.
it's never just one
We will-
person.
We will never make a public announcement or topic like this about one person in particular. It's
Mhm.
always going to be, we've witnessed this from multiple people. So just wanted to get that out of the way. Now we have a lot of topics that are concerning regular everyday life interactions, I guess would be a great way of putting it.
Mhm.
And we're going to start off with treating every building in the city as if it's like an actual building. If
Yeah.
it's
This goes the same as like as assuming that like there literally could be thousands of people that have the same outfit that just, don't physically exist in the city. All of the buildings that exist, it doesn't matter if you can't look at them and know that there's something inside, or it doesn't matter if you can't peek in the windows and know that there's an interior to it. Literally all of the buildings should be considered by you actual buildings, even if there's nothing mechanically tied to that.
this is mostly directed at people who find things that look off and do their damnedest to try to get into that specific building because it kind of looks a tiny bit different than all the other buildings.
Yeah, or
We
because you
know
can
what
look
you're
at the
doing.
door and know that it's locked.
We know what
Essentially,
you're
if you-
doing, and please stop.
Yeah, if you look at a building and you can see that there's a lock on the door and it doesn't literally say to you that there is a lockpick interaction, you can't get in. There's no way to get in. There is no like mechanic that is behind it that you can break into it. There's no way into it, and it is probably locked for a reason.
Yeah. Which ties into our next point really, really well. That I lost track of the exact second my eyes left the page.
Oh, before that, just really quickly, restaurants and businesses are not green zones. They have been agreed on. They're actually the opposite. They should be hotspots for people to get kidnapped and robbed a lot of the time, but most of the criminals in the town respect businesses and business owners because they want to make sure that a lot of them are owned either by criminals or by criminal friends. So a lot of the time you don't want to like go out of your way to target a business. You want to make sure that these businesses are kept separate from criminal activities and they're like, they respect them in that way. But if you start fucking around, you're gonna start finding out. And let me tell you right now, people have already discussed the idea of shooting up Wooks because they pissed off criminals a lot. So they are not safe. You should be careful.
Wow, that caused a stir.
Yeah, the concept
I don't know why
of
you guys
a
are surprised
green
about
zone-
that one. You guys know that you've been struggling with the crims for a while, it looks.
The concept of a green zone comes solely from the premise of there are are a couple pillars of a city that are absolutely mandatory to get their work done for the
Yeah.
city to keep moving. The hospital and the police are two of those pillars.
Yeah.
And they
You
have to be
need-
able to do their work, and they have to be able to do their work at their location undisturbed.
Yeah, they need places where they can park their car and not worry about you fucking with it and getting in and stealing their stuff. They need places where they can just stand there out in the open looking at their tablet because they're going to be sitting there doing reports for fucking hours. They need places that are safe places for them, and those are safe places so that they can functionally get their job done and are not safe places because you don't want to get robbed. They're not safe places for you to go. This is inherently a PvP city, and you will be going against other players, and there is no safe place to be.
Yep.
Yeah, Los Santos is a dangerous city, and if you are a business owner and you are afraid of people coming in and taking your stuff, there are RP conversations you can have with people. Maybe you talk with one of the games that you're that you're in their turf or nearby. See if you can talk to them and see if you can work out a protection deal or something, or some kind of
Wooks actually had that
These are
conversation.
conversations you can have.
Yeah, Wooks had
this
that
is the
conversation
kind of
with
stuff that
Seraph
you
at
can
one
do.
point. So it's most of those gangs are open to having those conversations and open to potentially offering extra protection or stuff like that. Where is Seraph? That's a good question.
That is a good question, or that is a good thing though. That just because we did mention the green zones, which was on our list.
Yeah. We're just going a
Uh,
little bit out of order based on questions that people are having that are
Yeah.
important.
robbing is not only a daily fact of life; it is explicitly encouraged.
Yeah.
We
Essentially, the way
expect
that
gangs to be
GTA
robbing people.
Yeah, essentially the way that GTA RP works is that it's not supposed to be something where you're gathering personal belongings and hoarding them and continuing to make kind of an empire sort of situation. Every single person is part of this cycle of loss. It's not just you getting your stuff robbed and you're losing tens of thousands of dollars and the criminals just currently gain, just constantly gain money. The criminals lose hundreds of thousands of dollars by going to prison. They have lost so much money.
$20,000 last night.
And there is no more trading fine for time if you shot cops. There's a lot of things that they have figured out on the back end for fine stuff. There is no fine limit anymore whatsoever. There is also no time limit, I believe, up to a certain point. I think I don't really remember.
Months.
I don't really remember how much of a time stuff we had been talking about. But yeah, you can get 250 months. Some people that I know have gotten $40,000 fines. So
Yeah. So when a criminal steals the $20,000 off of you, it's because they're about to lose 50,000.
going and robbing a bank or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't complain about
It's
losing.
a cycle.
Yeah. The whole
It
point
is a cycle,
is,
and they are losing things too. It's not just you that's losing stuff. Everyone in the city is part of the cycle of loss.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. We'll take last night, for example. My character did a job with Fuse, and it did not go well. I lost so much money. I got shot. It went really badly. And I do it all again. Because that's what the whole nature of RP is. We hit some really intense story beats. There was a lot of really good RP that was had on both sides. I was able to do a little bit of medical. I was able to do cop interaction, develop plot lines all the way through. And that's all because in this scenario, mechanically, we lost the gunfight. But everybody progressed their RP, and it was really good.
Yep.
It's not a safe city. It's not supposed to be a safe city. The green zones aren't there for you to be safe. It's there for mechanics to continue, sort of thing.
Yep.
Leave the war.
And while
Read
we're
the
while
whole
we're
Uh,
talking
atrocity.
about while
yeah.
we're talking
Oh, and I
about
talked
green
Speaking of
about this in the
zones,
mechanics,
doc too. Teehee, there you go. Anyway.
while we're talking about green zones too, people are bringing up a good point. Green zones are not there for you to camp.
Yep.
They're
Yeah.
not there for you to sit there and go say, "Oh, I'm going to hang out at the EMS." No, that is not their purpose. Their purpose is for the workers and the workers only.
Yeah. But if you're going to hang
yeah,
out and say hi to them and stuff, that's usually
Yeah, but it's
fine. But
not.
also, they usually
Stop
do ask
hiding.
you to leave if you're there for a long time.
And they
You
can
can
do
be
that.
trespassed.
And they will do that.
Yeah. And you can
yep,
get charged for trespassing, yeah, if you're there for too long, if you're just hovering.
yep. Green zones are explicitly so, like Cozy mentioned before, the two most vital aspects of a GTA city are the cops and the EMS, and there has to be a place where they can do their job without being fucked with.
Yep.
And so that is why the green zones exist. It is not for civilians to avoid getting kidnapped. It is not for criminals to avoid a gang war. None of that. It is
Yep.
for the EMS and the police to do their jobs in peace.
Yep. Okay, what
Because
was
they
next?
sure as shit aren't at peace when they're out picking people up and fighting crime. It's
Sure
hectic
aren't.
out there.
Although, also, yeah, I said in chat, but just be like me instead of like going and like lock checking the car doors at the PD. Just go check them in a shootout after the shootout's done. You know, just go steal Shelby's gauntlet like I do all the time. Anyways,
Anyways,
La la
this
la.
does go
la
into
la
another
la.
good topic that we had, that is mechanics are not your like the mechanics of the city are not reality. And what I mean by that is just because something is a certain way mechanically, because it has to be for GTA to function as a video game, does not mean you should be thinking about this as such. One great example is currently there are only a few places where you can rent an apartment or buy a storage unit or things like that. That mechanically there's only a couple of those. But if you're thinking about it from a role playing perspective, those aren't the only apartments that exist in the entire city. Things like
Yeah.
that. Or like the shopkeepers aren't just NPCs. You're going to a gas station to grab food and things like that. We've heard so many times that people try to use mechanics as reality. Another big one, we haven't heard this as much recently, but when the city was first opened, when people were renting cars a lot, people would use the information that mechanically you can't rent this car, therefore it must be stolen because you also can't buy this car in the dealership.
Yep.
It's assumptions like those that can really ruin immersion in the city, and a lot of people are conflating mechanics with reality.
Yeah.
Another
I
good
actually.
example. Sorry, go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. I was just gonna say actually, kind of along the similar line, but a good example. Um, uh, some of you, if you've been watching Cop Perspectives, may be aware that Faith has potentially been doing some boosting related things recently, and that she was in a car last night that does not exist in the dealership. The cops interacted with it in the perfect way of being like, they were like, "Oh man, I should go get one of those." Faith said, "Well, I don't think it's in the dealership." They said, "What?" They went and they checked the dealership. It wasn't in the dealership, but they logically were like, "Well, it's not in the dealership, but also we know that she was caught for boosting the other day." So they're putting two and two together in that sort of way. That's okay. That's completely explicitly fine.
That's okay, but like using that same example, if they just pulled Faith over later in the day, or like before they had caught her for boosting, so they didn't know that she was the one doing the boosting stuff, allegedly. And they're like,
Allegedly.
huh, this car isn't in the delership. How did she get it? She must have boosted it. That's the kind of
That's
like
not okay.
mechanical thought that is not okay.
Yeah. And if you are caught in that sort of scenario potentially in the future or something like that, you can try and explain it away and be like, well, yeah, I imported it or something. And that should be something that, it may not mechanically be a thing. You may not mechanically be able to import a car, but that doesn't mean that you couldn't, in the world, import a car in.
Yeah.
I'm a felon.
Um,
She does that. She does that a lot.
Speaking of mechanics and mechanics or
Also, we'll talk
gameplay
about the
mechanics,
faith stuff a little bit more later. Just you wait. Hold on.
yeah. We really, really need to clarify RDM and VDM to the general populace.
Yeah.
RDM is not any time you get shot, which is the number of tickets we've gotten about RDM. Just because you got shot does not mean it was RDM.
You also
All
do not have to make conflict non-shooting. Just because you're sitting there and you're like trying to talk down conflict, if it doesn't work and someone feels like shooting you, they're completely allowed to do that.
the only time, so what RDM is in its entirety is if there was no interactions, no indication, no real interaction of any substance, and they just shot you. So they can't just walk up to you and stab you. No, if they have a knife out and they are walking up to you and you don't just shoot them because they're walking up to you with a knife, they don't have to say anything to have that be an indication of what they're about to do. If someone is walking up to you with a knife, you know what's about to happen.
Yeah. And this also kind of goes to things like I think we've had some issues in the past with like Lowen going up to people and trying to like stab them or shoot them or stuff like that. If you have like a mute character and they are clearly obviously coming up to you with a weapon in a threatening sort of manner, that is enough of a like quote unquote call out for them to initiate combat. It is enough.
It is enough. However, on that same foot, we always prefer vocal callouts just because that makes sure that everyone is on the same page. So for the person who asked, what if you feel like you're threatened? Then you pull out your weapon and say something like, hey, back off. And if they don't, you just shoot them. Like there's a lot of ways to initiate a conflict.
Yeah. A lot of it
Yeah,
is
I
kind of
think it-
case by case basis. And if you really are concerned that something wasn't right, you could still put in a ticket about it and we can still discuss it and talk to you.
A good
Sorry,
example
Oh, go ahead, B.
of somebody that does this in a really good way that I have personally seen a couple times, and I've actually seen almost happen to me, is I'm going to give a little tiny shout out of love to Duffy. When Duffy is going to stab a cop, he quite literally says, I'm going to stab you, I'm going to stab you.
I'm gonna stab
And
you.
then he runs up and he fucking stabs them.
Unless
Quite
he, well, until he
quite
stabbed
literally-
the ass chief who said he was shopping for
Quite
blueberries. That was pretty good
quite
too. That was a good
literally
one.
yesterday. By the way,
Yeah.
I love you, Duppy. This man got the greatest gun of all in the city.
Shopping for blueberries.
Literally caught me solo and said, "Hey, is the scene clear? I need to go shopping." Yeah, it's clear. I just had to process the hostage. Good, because I want to go shopping for blueberries and switchblades me.
Yeah, switchblades his ass, gets his ass. That was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, like that's. We're not saying everybody has to go to that like level of creativity or something, but that is a masterclass example
That was a
of
good line.
how to announce I'm going to fuck you up.
Yeah.
There, another thing that I feel like we should mention out: if you taunt someone and they just pull out a gun and shoot you, you taunted them.
You initiated that conflict. Yeah. If
It's-
you go out and you are shit talking a gang and they decide to pull a gun out and shoot you without saying anything, you started that conflict. You began that.
I'm going to pick on Apollo because he's in chat and I see him.
I see
So
you,
early on in the
Apollo.
server, in the city days, Apollo was using his clown horn to be annoying.
Oh
And
God, I
if
remember
someone
that.
had just pulled out a gun and shot him in the face for that, That's fine. He was annoying
Yeah.
them with his
We-
car
We,
horn.
we
That's
would have
I
fine.
think we
allowed it.
rewatched stuff, or like we heard about stuff afterwards or something, or we were talking about it, and we were like, God, we would have shot him way earlier. Tat was the one that ended up getting shot for that, but like, we would have shot Apollo way earlier than that.
Yeah. So just know the call out doesn't literally have to be I'm gonna shoot you. There are so many ways of engaging. RDM is really for if we'll use a situation that happened to be. B was
Yeah.
holding someone up, some random person who no one knew who it was, just pulled up next to her, said nothing, shot her in the back of the head, and ran off.
And then we banned him.
Like there was no like nothing. There was no
Literally
talking,
random.
nothing.
Literal
no,
random. Not like any lore
Yeah.
reason, not like you've been
Like-
taunting
They
him,
came
not
up-
like there's history built up, just actual literal random is what we need.
It was the day I met Kermite. That was
Yeah.
Oh, so it's
literally
Kermite's
meeting
fault.
me for the first time, and
That
I
was
was talking
Kermite.
to Kermite. 2-second story. I was
Kermite's
talking
fault.
to Kermite, and Kermite came over and was like, "Hey, basically, I got all this unwashed money. Do you know how to wash it?" And I was like, "Well, I'll give you a free lesson. I'm not gonna take all of it, but put your hands up. I'm taking some of that unwashed money." And he's like, "Okay." And then a person came up and saw me holding him up. He's like, "What's going on here?" I said, "Get going. This isn't your business." And then my brains are on the ground.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah,
there was
no one-
no acknowledgement.
Neither
there
character
was
knew who
no-
that was. Just some random dude.
Yeah. Just some random guy.
Yeah. So, long
Yeah.
story short, Kermite got me shot in the head. And I'm gonna
Kermite
hunt
got
him
his
down
money
till the
back.
day I die.
After that happened, we went mod mode. We went and found the dude. We banned his ass, and then she went back to Kermite afterwards, and she was like, "Hey, that sucked. Here's your money back. Sorry, you had to
Yeah.
watch that happen."
Well, what's
Yeah.
really funny is I'm laying there dead, and Kermite sits down in character and is like, "Hey." That felt pretty bad. I'm just gonna sit here with you. And I just sat there, and I think I said something along the lines of like, "I apologize in advance. This is gonna look really awkward." Then I healed myself, stood back up, and put on my admin clothes, and yoinked him back, and basically admonished him. Which
Yeah.
is something very obviously we're not trying to do at all anymore. That was literally what, first day, second day of the city.
Yeah, it was like
were
early
a lot
First time
on.
we had to do
Oh, and it's
anything,
straight.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the
That was our
first time
first
we
ban.
actually had to do anything.
Baby's first ban. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. What's next?
VDM and clarifying VDM. There's been some there's been more than one ticket about that too. So something that we want to clarify with VDM is in our rules, you are not allowed to use your car as a weapon. However, if someone on a bike is trying to stop your big ass truck from moving, you are in a big ass truck. And if you think that the situation's about to go sour, you are allowed to try and leave the situation with your vehicle. If they try to block, again, your big ass truck with their
Yeah.
bike and you run them over, that is not VDM.
Yep.
If
That's
a
completely
small
fine.
car is trying, if a small car, person, thing, or anything is trying to stop you from moving your vehicle, it's not VDM.
Yeah, that's FAFO.
VDM
That's just
is like-
FAFO.
Yeah, it does sound like a very specific situation. If I use my vehicle to ram another vehicle, is that VDM, or is VDM hitting a person? No, VDM is
VDM
vehicle versus person most of the
vehicle,
time.
yeah, it's vehicle versus person most of the time. You can use your car to like ram another car, but if it's done in a way that's like basically the same way as random deathmatch, if it's done in a way where there's like no clear indication that there was any conflict going on and you just come up and slam someone, just T-bone them, that would be considered VDM. But if it's something that's like you are clearly in the middle of a conflict with people, yeah, you could pit them. You're good.
Yeah, that's
I think
not to
a gray
confuse it,
area
though.
is car versus bike. If
Yeah.
you are in the car and they are on a bike, you should not be trying just to lay them out with your car.
Yeah,
You-
you shouldn't.
You shouldn't be
Bicycle.
doing that.
And yeah, if you
Now-
ram cops on purpose, they will
Oh, I
ram
guess
you
with
back. They
motorcycle
do have
too.
pit procedures.
Yeah, if you ram people, so like something that's actually we'll probably clarify
Send
this
it to the
again a little
fucking
bit
moon.
in a little bit. A ram is not a pit. If you are ramming someone, you are intending to kill them. That is
Yeah.
a lethal thing you are doing to someone.
Oh,
So don't be surprised if you ram someone
point.
and they shoot you, because that will
Yeah.
happen.
Morp made a good
oh,
point. Do keep in mind that if you run over a bike with a car, you are very likely to explode that car.
60,000
bike, I'm
pound
sorry.
machine of death.
It's true.
Small
Good one.
bike. Kaboom. Hi.
Yeah.
Kaboom.
Well, you can come in too if you want to.
Kablow.
We're
Wow.
beam.
A point of clarity,
my
though,
gosh.
from something that we said earlier. If you're in a big-ass truck and a bike is in your way, yes, the bike can stop you. However, if you're in a big-ass truck
I'm gonna find your code.
and guns are drawn and pointed at you,
I don't remember how to. Oh, there we
And-
go. I found it.
you are at a complete stop.
Haha.
Just because you're in a big-ass
Nope.
truck does not mean you can drive away.
Yeah. Yeah. Along the same lines of RDM, VDM stuff, I know in the VDM rules, people have been misconstruing something. So I want to make it clear. You can and are encouraged to shoot out of your vehicle. You are
Yes.
completely allowed to. We made it balanced for a reason. If you try and shoot in a vehicle, you immediately go into first person mode. It is balanced to shoot out of your vehicle. You are fine shooting out of your vehicle. In the rules, I think what people were misconstruing is under our VDM stuff, it says something about instead of beginning a confrontation with your car and like using your car against someone on foot, you should either use your weapon or get out of the car. And I think people thought it said use your weapon once you get out of the car. It says either or. Either start using your weapon in the car or get out of the car.
Yep.
It is one of the two.
Okay, we still have
Yeah, you don't have to get out. You're good.
We have
Yeah,
so
Few's about
much.
to start shooting you up from their cars, actually. So good luck. Rip.
We missed the point about. I want to loop back to a green zone clarification question real quick. Just because we literally heard this one last night, people are allowed to use the little jump to drive through the hospital parking lot.
Yes.
Yes.
That does
they
not
are.
violate green zone rules.
Yep.
Now, if they
They
start
can
trying to
also-
like run people over while doing that, they're not supposed to be doing that. But like if they're using it as a jump in a chase,
Cole can speak. He's speaking.
it's fine.
He's in here.
I would say he's just
He just
muted.
hasn't said anything.
Leave me
Yeah,
alone. I'm
he's just
shocked.
He's just a little guy. Leave him alone.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
Yeah.
the hole is
yeah, I did it
literally a getaway
yesterday.
route. It's a getaway route.
Yeah, that's a jump on purpose. It's if it wasn't a jump on purpose, we would block it. But it's a jump on
Yeah.
purpose. You can jump into the parking lot.
And
That's
we
why I
have
did it
blocked
last night.
a lot of things.
I was really hoping that if I did it personally,
There's a
then
specific
people would be
person.
like, "Oh, okay, an admin did it, so it's fine." I think I did it twice. I think I've done it in 2 different chases actually, because I think I also did it in the chase that I was doing in my Sultan at one point. But I think people were just like, "She can't do that. That's not allowed." It's allowed. If
Yeah,
I was
it's allowed.
doing it, it's allowed.
Okay, we're almost done with the general city stuff, but there is one more thing that's at least on this list. Let me check the other pages here.
Fuck, Sierra.
Okay, so one thing that we want to loop back to about just existing in the city is we would like you to think as if you were actually the people that you are and where you would realistically go. In other words, stop exploring the military base.
Yeah.
Stop exploring aircraft
Please.
carriers. Guys, you aren't military personnel. Stop going there.
Yeah, and we're never going to put anything in there. So just, before you
We are
start worrying about
explicitly
it,
not going to put stuff
Don't do
there.
it.
explicitly not. If we ever put anything in the military base that's not just like, the trucking jobs that are already there. What's going to be in the military base is probably military ready to shoot you. So, don't go to the military base. There's no point.
Which we've already thought
It's-
about doing.
Yeah, we have already
not
thought about
already
doing.
thought about doing. I did, and then I had to get convinced to take them out.
Yeah, she had to be
There
convinced to
was
take them
like
out
a
because there were
1 hour
trucking
window
jobs in
where
there
if
and
you
they
went
would have
into
shot
the
you.
military base, they would have killed you.
Yep.
Yeah. And this mostly
Yeah,
just goes to
Me too,
like
Kohaku.
there's other things like trying to break into prison or trying to go into places that are like clearly supposed to be heavily armored things, military things, other things. Just stop trying to break into things that you're like normal people wouldn't go, because we are, at the end of the day, like what we really try to do as the admin team is we try and like put stuff where it makes sense to be for the most part,
Yeah.
like as much as we can. And
Yeah, we're not gonna put something in some really weird place. We're not gonna go stick something in. I think there's like a big noose building or something on the side of the city. We're not just gonna go stick stuff there because people aren't normally gonna go to that. And
Found
going
the
there
youth
would
officially
be
buried under Chiliad.
trespassing.
Why did you tell them?
Yeah, so that's just another point that we wanted
Get to digging.
Yeah, noose is like a
bring up.
security thing.
Let's talk about, because I think a lot of the rest of the notes we have here is a lot
Yeah, Kohaku's
of
the only one that can ERP in his truck. It's the only one that's allowed. And he has to do it only when alone, not when he's doing his trucking things with people.
Damn, Kohaku.
we have a lot of police and other stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about exploits and intended things within the city. GTA is a very old game. There's a lot of ways to exploit it. There's a lot of like just weird shenanigans because we're building a city. Exploits need to be reported to us and not abused. And we have to say this because we have caught people exploiting basically everything under the sun. I was about to start listing
Yeah.
things and then I realized that was a bad idea,
How
so I'm
many
not
there
going to
were.
tell you
Yeah.
what they
Yeah.
were. But there's a lot of things that have been exploited, and we've tried to be really lenient on it in the beginning, but if something doesn't seem like it's working the way it should be, that should be reported to us and not abused.
Yeah.
Because if you
Either a
don't
bug report or a
report
ticket.
if you don't report it and we find out, we are banning people for this.
Yes, permanently.
This is not us being we can't be kind about this. If people are abusing things and not, if you find a bug, and I want to be very, very clear about this. If you find an exploit and tell us and like show us how to recreate it, we're not banning you for that. If anything, we're thanking you for
Yeah.
telling us.
Yeah.
Like, you should never be afraid about being like, I found this big exploit, and telling us as the admin team. We're going to be happy that you told us. The things that
Yeah.
I'm talking about are things that you just like, you don't tell us and someone else reports to us that you did it.
Yeah.
That's when you get in trouble.
Or that we
And
found out
also-
that you did it by watching a stream, or like we saw it happen because we happened to be spectating you at the time, or stuff like that. Because we do spectate you guys sometimes. We do just watch.
Yes, we do.
Yep.
And I'll give you an example of one that we have mostly fixed, and it's not a huge deal, but duffel bags. We found out that people were using /reload skin to hide the duffel bags.
Mhm.
That was never intended, and I was personally very annoyed when I found that out, because they're like, well, it doesn't go with my outfit. It's a duffel bag.
It was actually
The whole
really
point-
funny how he found out, though. It was really funny.
It was really funny. I was talking with someone who clearly did not know that I was an admin. And I said, huh, that's not how that works. You're wearing a duffel bag. It should really be on your person. And I had to say that 3 or 4 times before it clicked. They're like, oh, yeah, you know what? I think you're right. So
Yeah,
gonna
because they
say-
were directly telling him, "You can do this to get rid of your duffel bag," you know? Like, they just went out of their way
so
to
that
say
you
that.
don't get robbed.
yeah, so
So you
they were
don't get
saying
robbed.
so you don't look like you'll get robbed. When we add something like that, they're like typically we add stuff in reasons like that because there are mechanical reasons why we want you to have a duffel bag. Is the duffel bag increases how much stuff you can carry, and the cost of that is people can see you're wearing it. I'm not gonna lie, I just thought that was a nice fashion thing. Yeah, see, that's the thing though, is we really do try to go for realism.
Yeah.
And duffel bags are supposed that is the downside of duffel bags. They are supposed to be robbable. Like
Somebody's
it's a
linking. I was
convenience
looking
thing.
for it. Thank you, Finny.
And so like a lot of this stuff, if you're using emotes or things like that to hide inconveniences because they're like it doesn't fit with your fashion and things like that, or other things like that, it's intended to be there because we try really hard whenever we do anything in the city. We really try to think about a lot of checks and balances when we are adding stuff to city. So if we're adding a big convenience like portable storage, it has to come with a drawback of people know that you have portable storage, things like that. And so if you're using things to hide inconveniences from us, it's usually not intended.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we try to factor into the RP aspect of it as much as we can. And there are some like weird, funny bugs and glitches and stuff that we intentionally don't fix because people do love them. Like some of the floating emotes and things, that is a little immersion breaking, but people have fun with it. But if it's like a everyday mechanical thing, like, and you're able to ignore a mechanic
God, I
that we
still
have
love that
intentionally
GIF.
put in, that's something that we need to know about.
Yeah, also just on the note of us keeping some things in, because people just enjoy them and stuff like that. Just doubling back to like green zone stuff. If someone's like consensually having a fight in the hospital parking lot, that's okay. If the cops are taser tagging or shooting each other out front and they're doing that consensually and fucking around, that's okay. It's
Yeah.
situations specifically for green zones that are supposed to be like, you are directly going in conflict with these people and you're not just like memeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not in VL. We literally have a brain fart. What is
But
the
also, if they tell you to stop, if you're just having fights randomly in the hospital parking lot and they tell you to go away, you can still get charged for trespassing. So like, keep that in mind.
Yep.
what do we call it? The law for fighting?
It's I
Mutual
don't
combat.
know.
Mutual
Mutual
combat.
There we go. Yeah.
There we go.
Mutual combat.
Yeah, mutual combat is a thing in our city. If you are having a fight consensually with someone, that is allowed. I think the illegal part of combat is usually betting.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you're doing unsanctioned betting with fighting, then that's what. Yeah.
It really is.
Yes. Next thing that I'm just getting a lot of random things out of the way here.
Yeah.
This is completely unrelated to everything. Guys, we love you so much, but we are not accepting donations in the forms of clothing
Oh, yeah.
packs or item packs or any of that.
Or anything you had from
Or
prior
offers
cities.
to
if
join
you
the
were...
admin team.
Please stop. Please stop asking us to be on the admin team. Everyone's like, "Oh, you guys need more admins. You need more moderators. Do you want me to help? I'll join.
No,
I'll help
no,
you
we
out."
don't.
No. No. We don't listen.
Yeah,
We're
when we
telling you we
say
don't have many people and that we're spread thin. That's not telling you we're spread
yes,
thin because we're asking for help. It's just telling you that so that you can keep in mind that there's not that many of us. We're not looking.
Now, if you do want to donate to us, here's the donation link, and
I was
we will
about to say, I
use your
was
money
looking
to
for it.
improve the server at
Yeah.
our own discretion. But yeah,
But
please,
Ooh,
donating
push
to
things
us does not
together.
guarantee that we won't ban you eventually. It doesn't guarantee that you're going to get something that you want in the city. It doesn't guarantee anything. It is just a complete donation, and there is nothing that you are getting from it.
yeah. So if you
Chris, by
see
5.
like an MLO that you like real bad and it costs $100 and you donate $100 to us, you put that $100 in that bowl of money, and we'll put it where we please.
We will
Yep.
do what we want with it when we want to.
but yeah, like we really are flattered by all the offers of donations and things
Yes.
for like clothing packs, for vehicle packs, all that jazz.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're very picky about what we want in the city. We've spent so much time crafting it to the way that we wanted. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we don't want to deal with other people's donations of stuff.
Oh,
Like,
you can feel free to donate or just tell us about things that you have created. If you have made something, if you've made music and you want to share it with us, if you've made like I don't know, art or logo sort of stuff and you want to share it with us, if you've made assets in some way that you want to offer your help in creation, that's perfectly fine. I know there have been one or two people that have been like, "Hey, I make these assets. Do you want some for your server? I can custom make them." That's okay. That's more okay. We're not really
yeah,
looking right now. But it's good to like put that out there to us just so, if there is a point where we're looking, we can hit you up for it.
yeah. If you're the maker of the things, we are far more interested in knowing that that's something. So if that type of thing is something that we're looking at down the road, we might think to reach out to you type of a deal.
Yeah.
But like as if it's just other scripts and packs and stuff, we've gotten so
We'll
many
buy it if we
tickets
want
about
it.
it.
Yeah.
We'll buy it if we want it. Also, this actually wasn't on our list, but I'm adding it here anyways because it's the same type of deal for just miscellaneous tickets. I know that us admins have had some fun with some animal peds and the newest best addition to the
Ah,
police force.
yes.
No,
Booker!
we are still not
Commander.
allowing anyone else to do that.
Yeah. And I honestly, at the moment and potentially just in general, you will not be allowed to be an animal pet. It's going to be something that is
For
just
for
admin.
the foreseeable future, it just will not be a thing.
Yeah.
There's so much
Animal ped.
jank when it comes
Ped is
to
like,
animal peds.
yeah,
the
ped is
characters.
the way that you
That is
refer to
pedestrian
character
model.
model sort of things. Yeah,
Yeah.
pedestrian model. It's
So
sorry, we have a lot of dev lingo we picked up at some point, and we can't get rid of it.
yeah,
Who are we?
Just
Who
keep
are
eating the way
we?
you do. That's how you're gonna get that way.
but yeah, that's just it's just because we get at least 1 to 2 tickets about that like every day or so. Um, not just the animal stuff, but like the donations and stuff. We really, really are flattered, but we just would prefer if people stopped asking. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
so sorry.
yeah, because we just have to keep saying
Um,
no, and we're
in
gonna keep saying
addition,
no.
The
Yeah.
question, just before we move on to the next one, the question, are there any other models for other body types? Unfortunately, we only have the base male and the base female because
Yeah.
99% of the scripts out there and 99% of the clothing things are really fundamentally made to work with that model in particular because of the
Yeah.
way that the bones work and the skin itself a lot of things can agree.
Mhm.
So we are not going that deep into the scripts, and for a lot of them, we can't.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
always just going to have those two. Of course, we would want more representation. But that's just, again, this is a 13-year-old game with
Nando,
sometimes
that is
8,
a
9-year-old scripts.
giant no. We are not
Yeah.
adding custom pets.
We're not adding custom pets.
We are not doing that. I'm so sorry, but that is a flat no.
Mm-hmm.
Your custom pet is the one that you make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, also,
Um,
just sideline. We're probably never getting new clothing unless we figure out how to do gang clothing or like business clothing or stuff like that. But we were probably never getting any new clothing beyond that because we already have 34,000 items. By the way, calm down. We have more than most servers ever.
we have so
We
many
have
clothes, it's
more-
become a problem.
Most servers top out at a couple hundred per ped.
To put it into perspective.
You're so
I
lucky.
was so tired.
Yeah, to
I
put
was
it into
so tired.
perspective, we have a test server
That was a long couple
that
days.
doesn't have the clothing in it. The restart time, because we have to restart a lot, we don't have the clothing in it. The restart time without the clothing is about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes.
Yeah.
When we put the
On a
clothing
bad
in,
day.
it's 14
On a bad
minutes.
day.
On a
Yeah.
good day,
On a bad day, it's a minute and a half. On a good day, it's like
just
45
the clothes.
seconds.
Yeah.
The clothes are 80 to 85% of the loading time for the storm.
Yeah. So, no new clothes for the future. And in the vein of tickets that I guess I'm just on the ticket thing right now.
Mhm.
We put out an announcement about this, but we are drawing a hard line on this now. We're not refunding people for random stuff in the server. If you lost 20K because of a random glitch, we just don't have the time to track it down. I'm being just so for real for you. It's not worth my time. I'm so sorry. Now, if you
Yeah.
have if you lost like 50K of something or things like that, then we'll at least take a look, but we're not guaranteeing any refunds.
And it probably won't be.
We
fast
don't
because
we
it
don't
is
just
And
issue
it's not gonna
free
be fast.
refunds. We
Yeah.
will sit there and actually dive in to see if you actually lost it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, like Kay said, she lost 150K. That was something that we are more willing to like look into because
And she had a
that's
video
lot.
of it happening.
Yeah, and she had a video of it happening, which helps so much because we do have to look
Yeah.
into it. If it's a situation where like you were sending someone a lot of money and you have no proof of it having happened, she would have lost 100K, 150K.
Yeah.
There's no way
I
for
can
us
actually
to
count.
verify it. She would have just lost it.
Yeah, the last 3 tickets that we refunded were purely because there was video evidence of what you were doing at the time it occurred. And even then, if it's less than 50K, I'm so sorry. I have so much other stuff to be doing.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I want you guys to put this in perspective. When we were players on a server, we lost quite literally $500,000 to a bug in a heist, and we took it on the chin.
Or Shiva.
Yeah.
We
And
lost half a
That's
mil
that fucking cat.
in an eco
Yeah.
server. We
In the
lost
server-
half a mil. It
Shiva.
was so bad.
I
Economy,
miss
by
that
the way,
fucking cat.
was comparable to ours. Like, there
Yeah.
wasn't a server where you can, like, put your nose down and get 500,000 in a couple days. There was at one point, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, we lost like a month of progress.
Yeah, it was about a month of hardcore grinding that just got flushed down the toilet because the heist that we were doing was not coded properly.
I lost a fucking mountain lion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here,
yeah.
since you're writing it down, can I just explain it for those who are audio learners?
Yeah, sure. Go
The
ahead and
speeding
explain.
camera?
Speed ticket.
Yeah. I have explained this so many times. The way the speeding camera works is the script. At the moment you go through the camera, it records, are you going over, and by how much? Then it takes the photo, that's that flashlight you see, and then after that is over, it gets your speed, subtracts it against the speed that it's supposed to be. So if it's going 45, if you are decelerating, you are going over the speed limit when it took the photo, you slow down, or in my case, I hit something and came to a dead stop at that perfect window, and you will get hit for a ticket for negative miles per hour.
Yeah.
I hit something, and my current record is minus 45 miles per hour.
Yeah, minus 45 is probably one of the bigger records per city so far. But it is really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Also,
have
the
to
speed cameras
slow
don't
down
move;
sooner.
just go a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
move them
Proc
pretty
listen,
sparingly.
proc
See them on your
yeah.
GPS.
That one did
Yeah, I
move
think the
like
one-
literally yesterday or something, or the day before or something
Yeah,
like
but
that.
it
There's
takes a
one
long
next to the
time for
hospital
them to
now.
move.
Scoots
Yeah,
back
so-
from
They're there
desk,
for a hot
sorry.
minute.
The police have regulations for the speed cams, and like they only put a certain number of them up. They're really nice to you, and they don't hide them, so you can see them on the map.
Yeah,
and they really don't move
you
very
guys
often.
bless the day that I decided to not be Hans all the time, because you guys would know the true meaning of fear.
You have
Yeah,
you're
there'd be a lot
complaining
more
now.
hidden speed cams if he
You
was
don't
hanging
even
out on Hans
know.
more often, dude.
I'm the one
Yeah.
who
we can't
put a
hide
limit
them.
on the speed cams. We could just not have
He's
them.
the one who clocks
So-
your speed.
Yeah, we could just
Yeah.
hide them.
we
So
could hide
if
them.
you guys
We
are
could
gonna
make
put you
them
on
more
speeding tickets now,
expensive. We could. There's so many things
Yeah.
we could do.
Reference like
Yeah,
House
so-
Burnley, we moved these. The new hospital's been in what, 2 weeks now?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been like 3 weeks.
That the camera
yeah, it just
I am the
moved, like,
one
yesterday, the day
that moved the
before.
camera, and I moved it yesterday.
Yeah.
So just remember that. Okay, I
So I
think
feel
that's
like that
all
one
the
hits me way
random
more than the other one did.
ticket
That's the way
shenanigans.
that's the way I put it in.
Let's talk about EMS stuff next. We got a bunch of EMS stuff to go over.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the hospital, first off, I think we're going to start off with one of the biggest topics is forced medical RP.
Yes.
This is something that is happening more than we would like, because it's happening at all. It should not be happening at all. When someone chooses to, or when someone gets injured in GTA, the only person that is allowed to dictate how severe of an injury that person got is the person piloting the character. EMS cannot try to force people to stay in the recovery wing. They cannot tell someone who is shot in the heart with a 50 cal that they need a heart replacement or things like that, even if it seems unrealistic. At the end of the day, there are people who enjoy medical RP and people who don't. Now, we are of the firm belief that if a big story event happens, don't worry, we'll get to that, Zero Two.
Yeah, we'll get to that,
We'll get
Zero
to
Two.
that.
It's
That's
on our
the
list.
list. But at the end of the
It
day,
is a-
if a big story beat happens, we do encourage you to have some sort of consequence if you get injured as part of a big story beat. It's generally a positive thing for your character. However, if you just, we'll use the example of Liberty City Monkey stabbing an officer the other day. If they don't want that to be a big thing, they don't have to make it a big thing.
Yep.
And we just really want to make sure that the EMS know this, and also the people who are getting injured know this. There's two sides of this coin. EMS are always welcome to make suggestions about what they think should be treatment, because our city has astonishingly like the most medical RP of any GTA city I've ever seen. It's actually unreal with
There's so much
how
medical RP.
there are so
Insane
many
People in
how
other
GTA
good it is.
cities
cities
beg for this much
Yeah,
medical RP.
beg for this level of medical RP.
Yeah.
Like they would froth at the mouth for this.
Yeah.
But one
So
of
many
the
cities want this so bad. You guys are
yes,
insane.
but one of the funny consequences of this is the EMS are really good at what they're doing, and people feel like they have to have medical consequences because EMS are suggesting things. EMS can always suggest treatments, but at the end of the day, if you don't really want to do the medical RP that day for, you know, XYZ reason, or maybe you just don't want the injury to be a big deal for your character, you are always the one who is in control of what's happening.
Yep.
Now, that being said, if you want medical RP to be a thing, you have to use /me to tell the
have
EMS
to.
what you want to have happen. Even if it's
The
just,
EMS are not
hey,
mind readers.
I got shot in the arm. Why don't you, you know, do a scene with, or like, I want you to extract the bullet, and then the EMS can improvise from there. But the EMS have to have something to go on.
Yeah.
If you tell them nothing, they're just going to assume that you don't want to do anything, and they're gonna rush through the interaction and leave you there.
Or
If
that you're
you-
dead.
Or that you're dead. Yeah, that's also a thing. So when the EMS are asking, like, hey, how are you feeling? What's going on? Da 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 da. Like, they're expecting you to use /me and describe the injury that you want them to find. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you got shot in the face by some random person. If you wanted to role play it as, you know, you got shot in the arm or whatever, and you wanted that kind of a role play thing, and you want to walk around, you know, with your arm limping for a day or so, and that's like how you want to play it, you have to tell them that. The
Yeah,
EMS
also don't
just can't
be
read mind
nervous.
readers.
Don't be nervous about it if you make mistakes with it or stuff like that. The EMS are going to attempt to ask as many questions vocally or like with their own /me's as they can to try and
Mhm.
figure out what they should do next or what you want them to go for next. You are
Yeah.
completely allowed to be as detailed or not detailed as you want to be. Just try and give them something. They need something to go with. If you just want to say, if you want to tell them even, hey, like if you want to do like /me or even /OOC or something and be like, hey, I don't really know how I want to play this, so feel free to just kind of make some stuff up and I will like try and go with it as best I can.
Yeah.
Like, oh, did this work? And then you could say yes or no, or I think we should do this. And then you go, oh, I don't really want that, or something like that. Just try and vocalize. You just have to try and talk.
Yeah.
It's the
Just
best way that
vocalize.
they can even do the medical RP.
If you
Yeah, and
give them
ask them OOC
nothing,
to help out with it too. If you
if
want, you
you
can DM them and ask them for like more detailed help. That's totally fine too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never be afraid to ask.
Yeah.
if you give them
They're really
nothing,
nice.
you might meet Prom, and trust me, he's not a good guy.
Yeah, they're really
You
nice.
will have
They're really
a very
Yeah, they're really
interesting
good.
autopsy.
We have a great EMS team.
He does put
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
fun in funeral though.
He does
Yeah.
put
He
the fun in
does.
funeral. It's true.
Something that's kind of
It
related to
is
this whole
also-
topic, though. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, B.
Yeah, it is also, like we've been saying, there were a lot of aspects of RP that didn't feel uncomfortable just because you're not used to it or something. Medical RP is one of those that a lot of people are nervous to get into because, like they said, you're afraid you're going to do a bad job or something. Just like every other role-playing skill, you need to do it to practice it and to improve on it. And genuinely, as long as you are putting in some modicum of effort, it's going to go well. Because at
Yeah.
the end of the day,
Yeah.
you go in injured, you leave and not injured. That's
Yep.
it.
Yeah, just so you guys are aware, Radio is not a doctor in real life. Robin
He
does
is
his
not.
best. He's just been like winging it. He Googles a lot of stuff. He Googles a lot. He is
His
not he's
YouTube
not a
feed
doctor. He
is
is not
probably
medically trained.
insane.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he is only a doctor in RP. So it's not like you have to have a bunch of that's a good example for people who are thinking about EMS stuff. You don't have to have real life medical knowledge to be part of the EMS team. You just have to be willing to make an effort to do that kind of role play and to get into like things like the surgeries and stuff like that. You do have
Yeah.
to be willing to do those because we have so many in this city.
Yep. Related to all this medical RP stuff, we want to call it a mechanical thing that happens when you go down. Just because the screen says you're unconscious doesn't mean you have to be unconscious. That's just
Yeah.
it's a system of the city. It just means you're
Yeah.
down. Doesn't
We
mean
would
you're unconscious.
prefer that you guys like act sort of like you are hurt in that sort of way, but it does not actually mean you are unconscious. That's another of those things that's like this is a mechanical limitation of like you see something that is a mechanic and you just assume you're not actually unconscious. You can talk. You can
You don't
you can
have
be
to
like,
be
oh,
unconscious.
that hurts so much. Yeah, she does that. So
Now
you're
I
not
would
It should
unconscious.
be at least a little.
Yeah.
the one caveat I would say to that is like if you've bled out for the full 5 minutes and then you see the big boy timer, you're probably really hurt at that point if it's been that long and you haven't received medical attention. But you
Unless
still
it's like, you know,
don't
in
have to be
situations where
unconscious.
you like got ejected from your car or whatever, and it's just a funny or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you are still the person that decides everything about your characters, how injured they are or are not. So you don't have to worry about like if a timer says you're unconscious or something like that. If you feel like it was a big enough RP moment for you to actually be unconscious, then you could be unconscious and you could say /me is unconscious or something like that.
Yeah,
But if it's
it's
not
actually
really, then you're good.
good. It's good etiquette if you are actually unconscious, do a /me to let the
Yeah.
people know that you're unconscious, because a lot of people just role play it out as being extremely injured and like, talking with a, groan and in pain, stuff like
Yeah.
that. So if you're actually unconscious, it's good to let people know that you're actually unconscious.
Yeah. Because they're not going to assume. They're also not going to assume if they come up on a scene, they may not assume immediately that you are really hurt. Because a lot of the time, the calls that they're going to throughout the day are just like, people getting down because they didn't eat food again, or like someone getting in a minor car accident with a local or stuff like that. You should be doing /me's to let them know that it's more severe. Like /me has gunshot wounds, is unconscious, or something like that. That's something where like you need to interact with them and show them that you are more hurt than they anticipate, and then go from there. Sorry, what was that, B?
Yeah, Penny brought up exactly what I was going to say before. If you are down, if you are shot, etc., you should not be giving communication on the active scene while you're down.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
should
that
not be
is the
giving
exception.
comms.
Especially if you are in a violent situation with aggressors and enemies around you. If you're laying on the ground, you should not be shouting, "He's behind the buildings, he's behind the buildings."
Yeah. The second you are downed, it does not matter if you can crawl. The second you are downed, cease communications. Cease telling anyone anything about the situation. It doesn't matter if you can see them and that they're standing right on top of you and they can shoot your friend if they come up to you. You cannot say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most that I do personally is I'll just say, like, with my glitchy voice, I'll be like, "Why?" Or
Yes, that counts for
like,
EMS if they get down in a
Counts for
violent
everybody.
situation. It's
It counts
literally
for
everyone.
everyone. Literally the entire server. Yep.
yes. If you are down purposefully by a weapon or a person or something, and not to the big boy timer, or even just down, that is the responsibility of the people that are nearby to keep track of where you are and your safety.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's enough environmental clues for people to understand, like, if you've been shot, they'll find you.
You can ask
It's
if
loud.
people are still conscious. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Yeah, so
comms
you
just
can
means not updating
just-
about the active situation. If like
Yeah,
your buddy
they
walks
can be
up to you,
asked if
He
they're
just
still
can't make call out.
conscious. You just can't tell them where
Yeah.
the enemies are, what their positions are, or anything like that.
Yeah.
You basically
Or
you
they're
lose
behind
out on
you,
your
like, stuff like
combat
that.
advantage because you got downed and you can't be a part of the active combat situation anymore at that
Yeah.
point. But
It's
if
also
someone's coming up to
exciting.
you and talking to you, like you don't have to stop talking. You don't have to just completely like cease talking whatsoever. You could also just start. Some people, when they get downed like that, we had a friend who in another city, every time she got downed, she would start just making whale noises until somebody found her and fixed her. She would just go,
Nah.
oh.
No
It's
name
great.
drop? No name drops?
And she was
I
really
love Aurora.
so it was just like a whale had entered into a concert hall.
Yeah, she would do it with every Verpont and everything. So, that's cool.
was
You can
great.
do that. You can talk. You can also like you don't have to. I mean, it's good for you to sound somewhat injured, but like you know, I've seen Duppy rolling around and singing in the middle of chases and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if I found Duppy laying on the ground singing too.
Yeah, like
Yep.
Finny just said, we made Barb sing like she was she was bleeding out. She had forgotten to eat or something, and Connor and Ranche started doing CPR waiting for EMS to show up and made
Yeah.
Barb sing the whole entire time just to like keep her
Yeah.
conscious kind of deal.
It was
So
Yeah.
great.
yeah.
Yes, you can do that. That's perfectly reasonable. If you want to do like slash me puts tape over mouth or something like that, then yes, you can absolutely do that, and you can try and make sure that people can't communicate in that kind of way.
Yep. Okay. Well, we got 2 more big EMS points from what I have written down, and then we can move on to the next subset. This is something that has come up a few times. It's EMS sharing privileged information.
Yep.
This is a big no-no. People should not be doing this. Ranche was fired by her husband for doing this.
This is
Immediately.
against our corruption rules. This
This
is
is
the
against-
exact kind of thing that is against our corruption rules for EMS.
Literally.
Sharing information is corruption, and we cannot allow it as a server rule, not just as a thing that like you as a character can or can't do, or like can be like, I know I shouldn't be telling you this. It is a server rule, and you can be banned for it.
And we have tried to address this in character as much as we can. But we are going to be making, for all of our lovely EMS, you're going to experience a very, very, very harsh change in procedure, and we are going to make sure you know exactly what you can and cannot say to the civilians and to the cops. Specifically, so specifically, so just to give you an example of the types of information you should be saying is if someone who is involved in, let's say, a violent crime comes up to you where they were ocean dumped, because I saw someone just ask a question about that, and they ask you what happened, you as EMS are allowed to tell them what medical procedures you did on them, and that is it.
And only them, not
You
other
can-
people. You can
It
only
must be
tell
them.
them what their medical procedures were.
Doesn't matter if they're on their emergency contact list, nothing. You only tell them, you know, you were found here. We pumped your lungs for fluids. Actually, don't even tell them where you're found. You just tell them we got the
found
fluid out of
and
your
brought in.
lungs. We extracted the bullets. We stitched you up. Here's your expected recovery time. That's it. That is all
And
the
you
information.
can't tell the cops either. You can tell the cops that someone is stable or not stable, or if you still have them, or if they've been discharged. You can't go out of your way. That is breaking HIPAA. You can't go tell someone's medical procedures, even to police.
I'll be making a new flowchart for everybody soon.
Yeah, there will be a flow
there will be a
chart
flow
and
chart.
other things.
Yeah.
I know everybody loved the flowchart a
and
lot, so
it's probably
Yeah.
okay to let EMS know what we're going to do to rectify this, right? Just so everyone knows.
Yes. Yep.
Effective immediately, all EMS are fired, and you can only be rehired by talking to one of the higher ups, and they will go and this is a news drop to some of the board of medicine too, but the board of medicine knows this, and so do most of the superiors. Every EMS will be fired from the department, and you will get rehired at your current rank once you have talked to a supervisor and they have gone over, and so they know that for certainty that we have talked to every single EMS.
This is actually a surprise to
about
the
the
board. We
standards and
hadn't told the board
practices.
yet this
Well,
either.
well,
apparently.
We didn't
the
tell
rest
them.
of the board.
Yeah.
I think we were. Yeah.
Yeah.
We forgot
We
to tell the
talked
board
about a
about
lot
this.
today. Yeah.
We talked about a lot
This is
today.
A lot
But
of
the
stuff.
reason,
Morp knows.
This is
Well, now the
obviously
board
a
knows.
very
Hi.
drastic
Hi.
situation
Hey,
and
board.
like a very
Hi.
big way to do this. This has happened so many times. It's gotten to the egregious point that this is the only valid way we can guarantee that this cannot happen further.
Yeah.
And so that's why, like, you guys will be fired, but very clearly you will have the opportunity to be rehired on the understanding of some select points that you cannot exist in the EMS in any capacity unless you fully understand 100%.
Yeah, and the reason why we have to do this is because realistically, this goes back to a little bit of a failure on our part when we were starting up EMS. Is we were not strict enough about telling people this information as much as we could have been. And so the unfortunate reality is we just don't know who knows exactly what they're supposed to turn or what they're supposed to be able to tell people. So the only way that we can verify this information is that we have to have one-on-ones with everybody. It's really unfortunate, but
we
it's
need
just
people to
happened too many
understand it because it
times.
is a server rule. So we need people to be understanding and aware of it because otherwise we will have to ban you. So we want to make sure that everyone knows and has been told to their face. And no, people that were given information that they probably shouldn't have are not expected to retcon that knowledge. We are just going to try and be stricter with it from this point on because we don't know what people have been told.
Yeah, and we know that this knowledge that has been leaked has ruined some scenes. A lot of scenes, if we're being frank. It's ruined a lot of scenes. And so we have to do something this drastic to ensure that this does not continue to happen because it is actively ruining a lot of what would be otherwise interesting RP scenes. And yeah, we do apologize to the board. But I do want to, there's a question that says, wait, so if they learn something off the clock, can they discuss that? But anything they learn off the clock, but anything they learn on the clock can't be discussed. If you have medical knowledge of any kind, and you have, like, if you are verifying that knowledge through the EMS system, you cannot share that, period, full stop.
If you heard about it from work in any capacity, if you heard about something where someone was found in a location, where they were brought in, where they were treated in some way, if you learned it from work in any capacity, you cannot pass that information on to anyone except for other EMS members. And you really shouldn't be talking about it off the clock at all anyways.
Yeah. And again, it's unfortunate we have to take this drastic situation, but we really just could not think of a better way. And when I say the number of tickets we've gotten, it's in the dozens.
Yeah.
It's so many tickets.
At this point.
And it's just exhausting.
Basically, you should assume you know nothing that you learned on shift. You go and you do your shift, and then after you get off clock, people can ask how your day was, and you feel like it's good, it was good, or it was bad, and that's it. That's your day. You don't get to talk about anything beyond that. And this is a real life thing. This is something where you literally cannot tell people in real life too.
And I also want to clarify something. We are not blaming the people who have been telling this information. We've reviewed VODs, we've done a lot of stuff. The people who have accidentally slipped this information is because they have said that they were never taught it. And our EMS team is so big that if a couple people slip through the cracks, and they could have been from like when we first hired people on type thing, that they legitimately just might not know that this is a thing. And so this is why we're taking such a drastic measure, is because the people who have done this and have been informed, they know better now. But there are too many people that we're just unsure about, that we have to ensure that every single person has had the one-on-one conversation to make this a thing. Because we can't afford people not knowing, because it only takes one person who doesn't know to ruin a lot of things. And they're not even trying to ruin it. That's the real part. Is it just it becomes a game of telephone at that point. And once the cat's out of the bag, it's not going back in. It's just not going back in.
Tell me, Timester, the doc says not that about corruption. It says that about like minor crimes, which is not considered corruption. So there are things that are considered corruption and things that are not considered corruption. Corruption is specifically leaking of information that you learned from PD or EMS situations, or leaking of materials that are only accessible to PD and EMS. That is corruption. Anything beyond that, that's like, well, I as a PD member robbed some mailboxes today. If I get caught for that, I'm gonna get fired. But I'm not gonna be banned from the server. I can do that.
Yeah, and just to clarify this even further, we have fired EMS for doing crime. Like,
Yeah.
but they've just been
Yes,
fired.
EMS has been fired for doing crime. I don't think anyone on PD has been caught for it yet.
Not
I don't think so.
yet.
Not yet. Some
You'll
people do
never
it.
catch me.
So really, the question is, if you have the thought, is this corruption? There is a decent chance that it is. And if you genuinely have questions about corruption specifically,
See,
we
that's
will
corruption,
answer
Sam.
those
That would be
questions.
bannable.
Yeah, that would be bannable.
That
Is
is
actually exactly what Sam just
egregiously
talked
bannable.
about.
That's egregiously bannable. Yeah,
Guys,
exactly
he
that.
just
If you
wants
get
a
fired,
sniper, a shotgun, a bag of grenades, and a katana. It's not a big
if you
ask,
get
dude. It's not a
fired
big ask.
from
Get the sniper
Oh.
rifle, stock me,
EMS
and
or
power
PD,
down to the island and die.
if you get
Yeah,
fired
honestly,
from
yeah.
EMS or
Go after that
PD
sniper
and you
rifle, Sam.
bring your gear with you and you don't turn it in, we will probably ban you.
Yeah. And a lot of this is just
Entrap and abuse of power is not actually bannable, but you should probably tell
you
higher up
probably
cops
will get
about
fired for
that.
that.
You will probably get fired for it, but that is not bannable. You can technically entrap and also be corrupt with your power and like send someone to jail for stupid reasons and stuff like that, but you're probably gonna get reprimanded. I mean, Barry's been pretty good about it.
So yeah, it's. I know that our corruption rules are probably a little bit stricter than some other cities, but the unfortunate reality is just we've seen how our city functions, and we feel like we really need to lay down the law with this because
Yeah.
it's just, again, we're talking dozens of tickets about this exact issue,
Yeah.
and we
Also,
Yeah.
just because someone mentioned that they found a lot of PD gear when robbing apartments, there's a lot of PD gear out there because the cops have gotten into a lot of shootouts and a lot of people just took the stuff. So, like, that's not
okay,
necessarily
so
bad, but taking it with you and not actually going out and shooting the cops to get it is the problem. Yeah,
okay,
you're good.
just
You
because
won't be banned.
Tommy linked the corruption RP from the EMS document, which I don't think is in our actual rules, but it is in the EMS documents when you get hired.
Wait, I'm illiterate. Ignore me.
Okay, yeah, I was about to just
Yeah.
read it back to you, but you
Yeah.
you caught it. You're good.
Good job.
No, it's okay.
Five stars.
It's a weird
fine.
line to set, but it's just something that we have to set.
Yep. Yep.
We know
good.
reading is hard for you, Scott.
And just because so we went over some of the EMS corruption. PD corruption would be if someone on PD is leaking any information from PD to criminals, or is selling PD items to criminals, or anything of that nature. That is considered corruption, and we do not allow it.
But for
Also-
instance, something that wasn't necessarily considered corruption, but was considered potentially a fireable thing. This was a streamed thing, so I'll talk about it a little bit. Lucian wanted to get some people ocean dumped or just shot or etc. He wanted some sort of thing to happen for some of the shootouts that have been going on. So he went and called Faith about it and had like a discussion with her and was like, "Can you get them for me?" That was not considered corruption, and he is fine for it. It is okay to do that kind of thing.
Also,
But-
none of the
But if
PD
that was
know
ever
about
discovered, he would be
If
immediately
it was
fired.
ever discovered, he would probably be immediately fired.
So
it. Looks at
yeah,
Ren.
people on PD can still commit crimes. You're just going to get fired for it. And
Yeah,
if
this is a discussion that was had in his chat, in his stream chat, about if it was okay or not. So that's why I'm mentioning it now, because
Yeah.
Good to know to
people
wait Mike
were
answer.
asking about if it was cool or not not cool.
There's a
Yeah.
key line. Don't
Say
get caught.
something.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
Well, it
in-game
is
laws.
pretty cool, but like not
It's
like
pretty
kosher
cool.
cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool though.
Yeah, it's cool,
Yeah.
but not like, cool.
I know we were going to bring this up at some point also, but I think it marries
don't
really
get caught.
nicely into this. So we should mention Los Santos is an at-will state.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
so you
Los
can get
Santos-
fired for what you feel is an unjust reason or unfair reason. We will never care.
Yeah,
That's
there will
for
never
job
in the
owners.
entire city lifespan be legal cases pertaining to your employment. If your employer decided to fire you, there will never ever be a legal case for that. They are allowed to fire you even if they just decide they don't like your hair.
Yeah, you can be fired for
Sound like
bad
Bryn.
vibes, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can be fired for
Which-
being cringe. You can.
You can
Yeah,
be fired
you
for
can,
being
and I
cringe.
think some people have.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
potentially that is potentially a thing. An officer could potentially get fired from dating a known criminal, but that's something that you would probably want to ask the police department or probably like try and talk to them about. It's not
Yep.
necessarily the case. It's possible that they would allow it in some circumstances, but it's possible they wouldn't. So it's completely up to them.
And while we're on this topic, this is not related to the police, but it is related to us as the admin team. We will ban anyone with impunity in
Mhm.
our city. We
We
don't have to have a
also-
reason to ban you.
Are allowed to ban you without reason. This is a completely free server. We are not asking anything of you whatsoever. If we decide that you don't match the vibes of the server, we can and have banned people for that. Not even joking. Someone said bad vibes get out. We have done that.
We
and
have done
we'll
that.
do it again.
Yeah.
If we think you don't match with what we want out of the city, we will tell you to find another city.
Count your fucking days, derp.
If this is a surprise
Hey,
to
you leave him alone.
then if this is a surprise to you, then that basically just shows that we don't just ban people
got you,
left and
baby.
right 24/7 to every person we don't get along with or disagree with.
Yeah.
There is a
Yeah.
difference between we won't be friends outside of the city, but you are trying to do well and do good in the city, and we'll keep pushing on.
Yeah.
But if your
Yep.
vibes start going rancid, we don't have to tell you anything. We can just let you go.
Yep.
There's the
And
door,
it's not. It
bitch.
doesn't matter if you scam through our rules to try and find some sort of reason why you might have gotten banned, or if you come to us and you're like, "Well, it doesn't say this in the rules." We literally cannot create enough rules for you people to match up with every single situation. We've tried.
We will
We've
hit
been
you with the
attempting that.
Bozo plus ratio. Absolutely.
We've been
Yeah,
trying.
that-
Yeah, you
we have a
people.
s-
Yeah.
We have Cozy's master document. Like
Oh, hold on.
there's
Hold
just too many
Document
rules to
has-
RP to write
Nope.
down. There's just
one
too
more
many.
thing.
We've tried. We can't keep up with it. And I know we talked about how we were going to rewrite the rules. That was at the point in time where I was still thinking that if we rewrote everything and we just put in all of this extra stuff, then maybe we wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. We literally can't do that. So we're not going to do that. We're going to add a couple of things here and there as we feel are needed. I think our rules were already pretty comprehensive. Anything that's not in the rules that we decide is a bannable offense, we will just ban for.
Yep.
I think a good analogy or like a good system that a lot of people do use is extremely complicated, but a lot of people like and support our traditional tabletop RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder, etc. There are so many fucking rules in those literal 100-page books of how to work in the engine, and even then it doesn't comprehensively cover everything. But But when you are doing roleplay in those, and you come across something like that, you just roll with it. You roll with it and you keep moving. When it comes to GTA RP, the RP is very important in those 5 letters. GTA RP, there's going to be a lot of situations that don't have a rule, but they do have an intention. So maybe we didn't clarify this action that you just did, and we tell you not to do it, and your response is, well, it's not in the rules. If I'm having a bad day, I'll probably kick you right there.
Yeah, to be honest, that counts as bad vibes. If we tell you don't do something and you go, but it's not in the rules, or like you try and fight back in any possible way, it's not a good look.
And like we really are like we're probably more forgiving than we should be.
We're so forgiving.
We're more forgiving than we should be.
We wrote the
Yeah.
rules. We don't
And
need you to recite them to us.
Recite
it's
them.
That is our
Yeah, if
biggest
we are
ick.
telling you something's wrong, it's because we usually it's because we've either talked about it in some way or we're aware of the situation in some way, and we are telling you specifically after having discussed. Like, this isn't a case of like I'll say something's against the rules, but then disagrees and comes in like, oh, you shouldn't have banned them or something. Most of the time, we've already talked.
Yeah. And that
And a
situation
few
has happened
situations where
multiple
we
times,
haven't
by the way.
talked, it was egregiously bad.
But it's it's just we gave it our best effort, and by we I mean Cozy was really the superstar of putting together that whole document. And like that's our best
Dark
shot
mission,
at trying to give you as many rules as we can,
You
but
guys are gonna get chat drunk.
we just
Yeah, we are.
can't. We hit a breaking point with it, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Of we've written
dying.
as many rules as we literally can.
And by we, I mean me.
And
I'm dying. Please don't make me rewrite
Yeah.
all of the rules again. I can't. I'm dying.
And so we just have gotten to the point where like if the vibes are off, we're being more liberal with bans and things because
Spare me.
At
I will
the
write
end of
more in
the
the doc.
day-
I will actually continue writing more in the doc. And some of the things that we're talking about here, I am actually going to add to the document because I don't think I added some
Yeah.
of these things.
But these are like some of these new things that we are adding, which are still further down on the list of stuff to get to.
Yeah.
It is like these are things that we as the admin team actually had to sit down and think about because it was our first
Yeah.
time dealing with this sort
Dealing
of
with them.
situation. So those things we'll add as we come across them because those are new to even us sometimes. But
And
for
we
a
will
lot
keep
of
adding
just
rules sometimes for the same reason. Like sometimes we just never thought about something and then someone brings it up and it's like, oh shit.
yeah. So it's yeah, we just wanted to bring that up while we were talking about that.
Yep.
I believe we have a few more. Oh, you know, this
PD
is
stuff? We
this
just
is
did EMS. We could do PD.
Yeah, I'm gonna start off with the big one. Guys, the police have literally zero say, none whatsoever in the Department of Justice. Please stop bugging them about it. They have no information about it. They have
no
they can't ask
information about
questions.
when laws will be public. They have no information about when your court case is happening. They have no information about where the documents came from raids. They have none of that information. None of it.
The
That's pretty much
PD
all our
have
meds. Please
the
stop.
knowledge. Yeah, the most that they have is the knowledge that the Department of Justice was consumed by an alien. That's as
that is
far as it goes.
literally it.
Yep.
I will in character not be polite about it anymore. I've been holding back because a lot of people have been.
No, we
pissing
don't
me
have a
off.
DOJ currently.
We do not have a DOJ.
Yeah.
That's the point.
We don't
and the
have
PD
a DOJ.
are not if
and
and when that ever becomes a thing, the police are not going to be a part of it. Outside of
can
they're
I
going to have to
just
represent
add
Sorry.
trying to
Yeah,
argue with
go
the
ahead.
police about DOJ and be like, you should have a DOJ? That's not up to them. Not even a little bit up to them. The inspectors run the city. Currently, it is basically a corporate-run city. It's 4 rich people. We're just sitting there
assholes.
being fucking assholes. Or 5 rich people. being their fucking assholes. And like, I mean, one of them fucking left her dog repeatedly.
yeah,
Like
that's her bet.
she would buy a dog, and then she would take it to the location to like give someone a business, and then she left the dog there. And then, by the way, she did actually get rid of that dog afterwards and got another dog. These are the worst rich people you can possibly imagine. Rich people.
I'm just
It's
gonna
5
say the
rich
dog touched
assholes.
4 people property. It's
Yeah.
dead to her. It's
It's 5
contaminated.
rich assholes. Those are the people. And also, there's no taxes. Taxes aren't real because 5 rich assholes own the city and don't need your money.
You know what that means? Stop telling the fucking cops
I pay
you pay your
your
paychecks.
salary. I pay your salary.
You don't
Yeah.
pay their salary. 5 rich assholes pay their salary, and only 5 rich assholes.
Yep.
I don't know
And
if tax evasion is a
speaking-
crime. I don't think that's actually in our charges
If that
at all,
is
is
true,
it?
it's because we
It's-
left it in there
it's-
because
it's in our
funny.
charges.
If it's
It's
in
in
there,
the
then we
charges.
just
We
left it in there.
because it was
Let's just
funny.
hit
Yeah.
the 5 rich assholes with it.
Hold on, when we
Yeah,
got
but
the original script, both on the EMS and the TD side, and so on the TD side, it came preloaded with a bunch of
Charges.
preset, like crimes, the
Yeah,
charges.
we didn't redo all of them.
Tax evasion was one of them. Embezzlement is another. There's like
We
a
should
whole
just put it
bunch of
on the
crazy
5
ones.
rich assholes pages and just leave it there.
Yeah, and then it's even more. I'm not going to go into them, but the EMS had the same issue with.
Faith is
things
not
that
one of
you
the
would
5
say
rich
that, like,
assholes.
People have. No.
Yep.
The
I think the
5
only
rich
people that have-
assholes are very obviously over the top, obnoxious, and not kind.
Yeah, Faith is
Yeah.
not one of the 5 rich assholes. She is
The
not.
o-
She
the
doesn't own the
only-
city.
The only people that have actually
Um,
met any of the rich assholes is business owners.
It's just business owners. Oh, and the taxi company.
Maybe
the
a
taxi
couple
company
taxi
fucking
guys.
loves them
Taxi
though,
company
because
has
the
Oh, yeah,
taxi
the taxi
company's
company
gotten
loves them.
thousands of dollars off of them.
Yeah, the taxi company
Sorry.
loves them.
Go
ahead, Rayleigh.
But I do wanna loop back to the whole DOJ thing. It is not a thing. We are aware of people's desire to have them. However, I just want to be very frank with you. We are a very young admin team. We've only been developing GTA for 6 months. Everything you see is because we have learned how to do this in 6 months.
We've been
have
learning
only
things
been
as soon
playing-
as yesterday. Still.
Yeah, we have only been playing GTA. Like, we've only been in GTA RP for 2 years total.
And
That's
it
it.
was in a really, really, really small city that never had a DOJ. We've never
we have
experienced
never-
a DOJ in
Yeah,
a
People
city.
we
didn't
have
even
never
rob
been in
each
a
other there.
city
People didn't even
that
rob
have
each other.
had a DOJ. We have never been in a situation that we don't even know what a successful DOJ looks like. We're just being
Yeah.
fully upfront with you. And we are not ever going to implement a DOJ until we, as the admin team, are happy with it. And no, we are not accepting help.
Yeah.
Don't ask.
No, we don't want
Please.
help.
We don't want
If we
help.
want help, we will reach out. We
Yeah.
don't want you to offer it. Also,
Yes.
just to add to this, if we just suddenly shoved a DOJ in on top of everything else, like those 45-minute to hour times that you spend in the cells would go up so high. They would be
Yes.
so much worse as they tried to make
Yeah.
sure they figured out everything and be as legally compliant as humanly possible, or as you tried to call in your lawyer. So
So
please
we
allow
will
the police
not.
department to adjust. Please allow us to adjust. Please allow the
Yeah.
city to grow slowly. And please, please stop asking for DOJ stuff. We are going to get to it. We understand the need and we understand the desire.
But we will
And
not
we are going to
implement
work
it
on it.
until we are happy with it.
Yeah, we are going to make sure it's done right and not done quickly.
Yeah.
People have been asking for lawyers since City start.
Since before
Yeah.
City started. People were making characters before we even opened the goddamn doors that they wanted to be lawyers.
Yeah.
Glenn, I see what
So
you're saying,
bad.
and I'm gonna let you finish, but emphasis on the RP part of GTA RP. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Real.
Lucifer?
Yeah.
Oh, Glenn was talking about the cops don't have the precedent to like set their own rules and laws and enforcement and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Kind of. The cops don't set laws directly. They'll like potentially suggest that a law is put in place. But it's usually an out of character discussion. It's not like the actual police department that is saying to make something
Yeah.
happen. It's more like, oh, we have discovered that this is a thing, we should make a charge for this. And they will speak with the admin team about it, and the admin team are the rich assholes that run the city. So the rich assholes
Yeah.
that run the city are realistically the people that are helping to make the laws. Now, I know
Yep.
it's hard for people because they want to see the laws and they want to be like, well, what is and isn't illegal, etc. A lot of it is, I think, pretty obvious, self-explanatory. Like if you're robbing something, that's illegal.
Yeah.
And I think that it's very, very simplistic in terms of that kind of stuff. There's no like insurance laws to really worry about. There's no like taxation laws to worry about. It's basically like stealing things, growing drugs, like all the things that are really, really blatantly illegal are the things that they're gonna arrest you for the most part. And anything else, not necessarily. I know there was some confusion with window tint on people's cars. I think a lot of the new cadets have come in and been really, really heavily looking through all of the different charges. And I think it's possible that we need to go back through and like take out a few charges or stuff like that. Cause like we said, some of those charges weren't really stuff that we had looked over fully. But
Yeah.
yeah. And also, I mean, sometimes people will just feel mean. Like sometimes a cop will go up to you and be like, well, looks like you got some excessive window tint on your car. And they're just feeling like being an asshole and they're just trying to aggress a little bit.
It's just like
Yeah.
cop RP.
Well,
You know,
and
like
cop
cops
RP, yeah.
deserve RP too. That is not
Yeah.
Yeah.
angst and and arguing and over the littlest
shootouts.
things, you know?
I don't think jaywalking is illegal. I think we explicitly said that that wasn't actually illegal
Yeah, I
when
think
we
we
started the
actually
city.
nuked that charge because we
I
didn't want
think
to deal with it.
jaywalking explicitly is not illegal because of the amount of people that aren't just
Yeah.
Americans in here.
Now, as far
But, you
as like
know,
the window tint law, I seen it and I kept it in there. But do also remember that I'm second in charge of PD
Yeah.
along with Supra.
Mhm.
Most of those things are tuned for the whimsy. So if
Yeah,
you want to
it's just for
complain
fun.
about stuff
There's
like
a
that,
crime against
it's like
fashion in there.
it's like
Yeah.
$500. That takes you
Yeah.
a job to do.
Yeah.
Not even.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah.
for some extra
Cough,
cop
cough, speed
RP. It's
cams,
just
cough,
to
cough.
have it's just to
Yeah.
have a little bit of interaction with the cops in like a funny kind of way of them telling you it's something illegal. And yes, there is a fashion department and has technically been since day one, but I've been too busy to exist on Granny to make a fashion department real. Just you wait though. In a very short time period, she's planning on passing that down, and maybe fashion
mantle.
crime charges will come back very, very
In
soon.
a big way.
In a big
The
way.
mental.
yeah.
Indeed.
Though speaking of some illegal stuff, we are going to address an elephant in the room of people who really, really, really love snitching to the cops about everything.
Yeah.
Guys, we're so tired of it. And I know you want to be just little civilians, but it's getting to us. There
Yeah.
are mechanical reasons why you guys telling the cops about every illegal thing in the city is frustrating.
But it's not just a
beyond
mechanical
measure.
thing. It's partially a mechanical thing and partially just like it's not fun for the cops. They have nothing to investigate half
Please
the
don't.
time.
We're already
Because
so
people
busy
go
too.
out of their way. People go out of their way to tell the cops literally everything. So it means that the cops can never like just I don't know, watch the criminals sometimes and realize that they keep going to the same location and be like, "Ooh, I wonder what's up with that." And like do a stakeout and like try and figure it out on their own. It's fun for them to do that sort of stuff.
Yep.
But also, when you go out of your way to tell the cops about like illegal locations that have interiors, it's way worse. Because when you're telling the cops about things that have interiors, most of the time we paid for those buildings. So when we have paid to put those buildings in, and then you tell the cops about it, we suddenly have to go buy entire ass new buildings to put these things in mechanically. Yeah, exactly. We have to move things when you tell them about really, really important places because we need them to be in safe spots. So when you're telling them literally everything, it's rough. And we don't mind if they find things. In fact, we want them to find things and we want to encourage them to find stuff. But
we have
like,
a whole system for when police find
Yeah.
things by themselves. We have
Yeah.
a whole thing for them.
yeah,
Let the cops
Which is
do
pretty
their
honestly
detective
rare
job.
yeah,
from what we've seen. Because,
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And we have a lot of snoopy
Well-
cops, Sean.
well, we could talk directly about
it's
one
not
situation.
Even just Shions. There are a
We can
lot
talk
of
directly
sleepy
about-
cops, and I'm watching you.
That's true. We can talk directly
I'm
about one
watching you, and I've
situation.
almost shot you a couple times.
Where we had a workbench discovered. And I know that the cops raided it, like showed the raid on stream, so we could talk about it. In situations like that, where they find something like that, there are potentially moments where we give them something extra with it and we let them do SWAT raids. And in those cases, with SWAT raids, since, so many people are cops, I'll just tell you right now, if they succeed at a SWAT raid, then we won't move it for a set amount of time, but it will still move. So they'll have to take advantage of it for the time period that they have it.
yeah.
So it's that kind of thing. There are mechanics behind it. There's things that we have set up and in place for when they find things. But we can't do it all the time, because if we're sitting around playing whack-a-mole and trying to literally buy stuff and put it in new locations or like move it around all the time, eventually we're gonna get to the point where we can't buy new locations because we just don't want to spend that money, and we're gonna just start sticking it in like really bad looking shell buildings somewhere.
Yeah, and to that effect, people may have started noticing that this is probably a great place to introduce the other consequence of doing this. People are getting literally mowed down by the crime lords for reporting things now. And we are
Yes.
making sure that the crime lords are putting hits out on you.
R.I.P.
Yes.
Architect class.
And this is done through meta information, through admin privileged information. It doesn't matter if you didn't tell anyone except for telling the cops. If you only told the cops about the thing that you found, if it is something that is important and it is owned by one of the crime lords, they will put a hit on you. Doesn't matter if anyone else knew.
And no, they don't care if you're EMS. Clearly.
No,
They don't give a fuck about you. You are just nothing but a sieve to them.
Yeah.
And to that
The
effect,
crime lords.
when they do put out hits on people, when you do get got, that is the end of it. You
That's
don't
it.
have to
That's the
worry
end of the
about your
situation.
life forever.
Yeah.
It's not
And
supposed to
just to
be
be
this
clear,
permanent consequence.
the crime lords are the admins. So you
Yes.
don't have to worry about putting
Hi.
tickets in about
Bye.
things that happen. Anything that happens with the witch, the doctor, the phantom, and the shadow are the admins. And no, Sabine is not the witch, but we have heard that theory and it's
Sabine is
really
not the
funny.
witch.
The bean is
Sabine
not
is
the
not
witch.
the witch.
Sorry,
That's
guys.
been the funniest thing for
Sorry.
me
This
personally.
has been the funniest
so
shit, by the
sorry.
The
way.
entire time.
We thought it was really funny. We thought it was really funny, but it is really important to mention. The admins are the crime lord characters, and the admins are running those characters specifically because we're trying to use them in a way to give you guys cool extra crime stuff that you cannot get through any other means. But to be able to do that, not only do you have to kind of be on their good side in a way, but you also have to not go and tell their shit to everyone all the time. Yeah, the crime lord characters are killable. Sometimes. Not always. Sometimes if it's a situation where it's a soft punishment in a way, like we have found some people that were kind of glitch looking through walls and stuff like that. Sometimes they'll be in god mode.
Yeah.
But Not
Yeah.
always.
And the crime lords aren't always assholes. One of them
They're
has
not.
straight up been like, "Hey, did you know that there's police cameras here?" Scared the shit out of the people who were doing stuff there. Scared the hell out of them. It was great. I had a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah,
She was like,
is
"Hey, by the way,
assume when you are dealing with the crime lords, they may have access to your text messages. They may have access to your dark chats. They may have access to your phone numbers. They may have surveillance cameras on you at all times. They may have locals that tell them all your business. They may know your exact gang turf. They may know every single gang member you have. These people know everything about you. They are not normal people.
No,
And
so
again-
a good way to think about it is the inspectors own this city, but the crime lords run this city.
And it's not just crime lords. There is also someone that does the same job for the police.
you know, this is just a great way to name drop that Seth Sterling is a real character and is not dead."
That's my
He
cousin.
faked his death.
For
Good
those
reveal,
That's
people,
though.
actually canon. Like, that's not, like, we didn't just retroactively make that up for this city. That's always been the case.
That has
There
always
were
been the
hints-
case. It's not
there were hints in our
retroactive.
old city that he was alive
9/10
the
of the
whole
chat
time.
has no idea what we're talking about, but we
Yeah,
have
Yeah.
to
this is old
explicitly
city
mention
knowledge.
this because Seth
We have to
Sterling is the
explicitly-
cop equivalent of a crime lord.
We have to explicitly
Yes.
mention that every single document that passes through police hands is an actual legal document and is not like a forgery or anything like that.
We
Yes.
even went as far as to
Look
trauma
at you, construction crew.
trauma dump Lancaster in RP where he had to physically talk to Seth. We hurt this
Yeah.
man emotionally.
We did. We did hurt him emotionally. It was great fun, and I'd do it again.
Suffer.
Yeah.
Suffer, Supra, suffer.
Yeah, when it comes to, by the way, the Sabine not being the witch thing, that's why you don't do no face, no case stuff. That's why you don't just assume that someone looks the same as someone else and so therefore they must be them. Because
Yeah.
she's not.
Yeah.
No, not at all. And the whole time that was happening, I was living on a hive, basically saying exactly what he would just said is, this is why no face, no case is so important. And
Yeah.
her looking like Sabina is not like a recent thing. You can see
Yeah.
the crime lords in the trailer. They've been there
Yeah,
the
you can
whole
actually see them
time.
in the trailer. The
They're
crime lords have
literally there.
existed
You can
since
see
the city
them.
start. You can go
Yeah.
and look
They're not
at the
even
Doctor,
hidden. It's not
the
an
Witch, and the
Easter egg.
Phantom in the trailer for the city before we even launched it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're all in the trailer.
They're all in the
They're
trailer.
all there.
Mine,
See the witch without her mask.
Yeah. Did you guys
I was about
not
to
know
say,
that?
mine is not. Mine is the only one that is not, but that's obvious because I
There
am
are
the
no
later
posts
on
of
Yeah,
screen
admin.
shot
yeah.
of it.
Well, so at first when we started the city, it was just the owners that had big like crime lord sort of people in there. But since that point, we've gotten 2 extra admins. I don't know if I think Du was an admin when we started, but
Yeah, dude
it was just
dude
owners at
admin.
first, and now it's expanded to admins and or like mods or etc.
I want to know Milo's crime lord name so bad.
Go ask
Find
him.
out in RP.
I'm gonna tickle you
But
guys. I'm gonna get it out of you.
one thing I do want to clarify about the whole crime lord stuff. The crime lords aren't there for us to just power game things.
Yeah.
The crime lords are there to try and help facilitate a lot of the criminal like RP and growth of the city. And realistically, we've seen the need for them to exist to help like guide people that are doing certain things. Like if you're doing a lot of this type of activity, one of them might reach out to you. Or like if this thing
Yeah.
is just not being utilized enough, well, then that crime lord might be a little bit more active to try and get more people interested in said thing.
Yeah. And I
So
think you guys
they're-
have figured it all out.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was just gonna say, I think you guys have figured it all out for at least the Witch, the Doctor, and the Phantom. So I'll say at least, yes, the Doctor is related in drugs. Yes, the Phantom is related to cars. And the Witch has iron sights in her name, so you can figure that out.
If you didn't figure that out, difficult. But,
Difficult.
the the reason that we have them is because like crime's going to evolve over time. We're going to add in new scripts. We're going to add in new MLOs. We're going to add in new content for you guys to interact with because we think that is a really exciting way to have a growing city. And there are two ways that we can do that from the crime side. We can do it the admin way, where we just you get an announcement on whitelisted, or you get an announcement on #announcement, and that's how you get introduced to crime.
Mhm.
You know, like a new crime hits, so you have to go read the announcements page to see what update has happened. Or the way that we've chosen is we've each taken on a role. So if there's like new gun shit, the witch is going to, in RP, disseminate that information out. So you can learn organically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people have gotten cool things from them already. Some people already have like special things that you literally can't get in any other place in the city.
Yeah.
Some
Yep.
people have gone on like cool raids that you literally can't access without the crime lords telling you about them.
Some people have had whole ass events that other people don't even
Yeah.
know about.
Yep.
So
So actually we usually the crime lords do exist in the city, and they just kind of sometimes go around and do shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
They're around.
Sometimes
We
you'll
bumped
just
it-
catch them driving.
yeah, they
I know
do just
multiple of
exist
you have run
sometimes.
into her. The witch when she's doing her chores.
And they can be caught. The police could catch them if they really managed it. I mean, it's gonna be hard, but
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
like
really hard.
they're not just invincible, untouchable people. Like we want them to be part of the living, breathing city of like if cops do really cool shit, they interact with them and things like that. So they're not just supposed to be the power gamey mod characters type stuff. We
Yeah.
really try to use them to push plot lines along.
yeah. And the
That's
way
what
B
we want to
puts
do.
it, the way B puts it a lot of times is you can think of them as roaming boss monsters. Like
Yeah.
they're going out, they're in the world, they have things that you can't access. They have weaponry that is way higher tier than your weaponry. They have cars that are way faster than your cars. But
They
roaming
tougher
boss
or
monsters.
Armored. Cozy actually, when I said that, put it as they are level 100, you are level 2.
And also they're
That's
roaming
the
boss monsters that
disparity.
sometimes fight with each other too. Like sometimes you might come up on a
Yes.
shootout between them too. Like they'll sometimes people have actually seen a shootout between them before.
Yes,
Yeah, the
they
witch and
have.
the phantom
is just
did
like
go
Monster
down in
Hunter.
Sandy once.
The witch and the doctor
It is
also
literally like
had a
Monster
fun
Hunter.
fight out in Sandy.
That's
Oh
true.
yeah, we also, the witch has been the most fighty, I guess. Because she also had a fight with the doctor out in Sandy. And I think some
It's always
trucker
in Sandy.
drove by and saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, can I just say, for the people who were watching that shootout between the witch and the phantom did not get gunned down. She got in her car and drove off. I don't know why you guys thought that she got gunned down. I drove away. Very
Put some
obviously.
respect on her name, damn it.
I can't
Yeah,
believe the
we
Phantom got smoked
basically-
out in Sandy.
To talk about
Crazy
like
of you guys.
we saw some people, I won't say who, but there were some people that were staking out that location for
That's true. I did just
hours.
confirm that accidentally.
For like
Oopsie.
6
Fine.
hours, they were stating that location. And honestly, not much happened. And so,
Yeah.
as admins, to reward that kind of behavior,
We just gave him
we
something
gave them
fun to look
something
at.
to really watch.
Yeah.
A rare boss monster fight. It was a turf war, basically. But we don't own
It was a
that
turf war,
But
essentially,
Monster
yeah.
Hunter turf war.
Well,
We,
I
Yeah.
mean, it was next to a chop shop.
oh, I guess that is right.
True.
Yeah, I was in the
Yeah.
turf.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, and so we pulled up. I pulled out my biggest gun. She pulled out hers, and we just kind of blasted at each other, and then took off.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, that's mostly what the crime lords are.
Yes.
They've been there literally the whole time.
Yeah.
They're in the trailer.
Witch and the Phantom divorced. No, but they do bicker like a married couple sometimes.
They're not friends.
Yeah.
They're not friends.
So if you run across them and they do things that seem inherently unfair, it's because they are just on a different tier than everyone else in the city. That they just
Yep.
are. And
But we're
they
not
have
trying
to
to
be
use that as like a power gaming thing. They're not like
Yeah.
we don't give ourselves these cool guns on our normal like character everyday live sort of things.
Mario's broken
Yeah.
as
And they
fuck.
also can be gotten.
Yep.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
there
So-
will be a time and place where they, could get got, but then there's sometimes where it's like, oh, it's not the time. You're not where
Yeah.
you're supposed to be. So
Yeah.
But
we're there
yeah.
to enhance stories and plot for RP. That's just
Yeah.
the whole thing
Yeah.
of
Yep.
using admin meta knowledge to help you guys. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I will just simply say,
and look
if
cool
I
doing
received
it.
multiple,
That's a find out an RP thing, Kyo.
yeah, I've received multiple tickets after people have run into the witch when she's doing her errands. He will just shoot you.
Actually, I think we've gotten some about all three. I think we got some about Doctor,
Yeah.
Phantom, and Witch for tickets of people running
Yeah.
into them. So, by the way, also we know when you run into them. We're very aware.
Yeah.
We are
don't
very
Yeah.
aware.
expect you to run into 'em.
I
I promise you
intensely
know.
aware. And,
Yeah.
Yep.
if the witch steps out and blows you away in one shot and then drives away, that's what happens.
Chances
You
are
got
you
in the way
also
of a
did
bomb
something to
sponsor.
be in that position.
The shadow is really
Yeah,
cute.
you were at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like as a result, also, you're not like intentionally the kind of. If you run into them in the wild, yeah, you might get shot up. You'll definitely probably get hurt. But we're not looting their bodies. We're not taking them out to the ocean or anything. This is don't fuck with us, and then we drive off and
Yeah.
continue whatever
Also-
our plan was.
Also, don't feel like you have to like them or be nice to them or anything like that. If you inherently, like, if your character disagrees with what it seems like their values are, don't fuck with them. I mean, you don't have to be nice to them. You don't have to try and make them like you or anything. You can get into conflict with them without too much worry.
Yep.
I would
Yeah.
just maybe not threaten them too much because they do have big guns.
Yeah, maybe not that.
Yeah, and
okay.
the last thing I'll say to set some people free is specifically there's no single individual that can draw the ire of them, at least at this time.
Yeah.
They,
Nobody
Yeah.
really.
They don't
Yeah.
care.
So.
They just don't
Phelan,
care about you
that's- You're literally, yeah, that's the exact situation where it's like, yeah, you can shit talk all you want, but yeah, if you're just a little civ that's just hanging out and just fuck talk or like shit talking because you feel like it, you're fine.
Yeah. They don't care.
yeah, you guys are literal who's to them,
Yeah.
and so it's not until you start fucking
That's for
with
the
their
crime
shit
lords, maybe.
that they'll care that much.
Yep. All right. Now we're going to talk about a new rule set that we have been discussing today, actually, and that's about gang wars. Woo!
Gang wars.
So we're updating our rules about gang wars and turf war clarification type stuff. Because we need to. We
Yeah.
just need to. And so what we have decided based off of how we've seen our city and things, and this is a different, I believe this is different than what we have currently stated. So this is a rule change, a official rule change. We are locking gang wars to 1v1s.
Not 1v1 person, but one gang versus one gang.
My dreams of a Wild West showdown go unanswered.
A gang
Unfortunately,
can only be
there's
at war with one gang at a time.
unfortunately, we were going to do something that was maybe similar to like just a numbers limit, but we realized that even if we did a numbers limit, it would mean that you have 3, 4, whatever gangs worth of information against one other gang. So we can't allow that. So we will
And
only have one gang versus one gang, and you cannot spread information between gangs when you are at war. If you are
and
looking for people and you're trying to track them down to have a gang war fight with them, and you try and call up other gangs for information, you cannot actually trade that information. You should be doing
and
it
the
with your gang members.
and trust me, we talked about this for hours, by the way. This is
Yeah.
not just like a
Yes.
snap
Yeah.
decision. We really tried to come up with a lot of different ways that we could see like a bunch of like gang, like if it's like a 2v1, like how many people can each gang send for a thing. But at the end of the day, with just how big our city is and how big information networks are, it's
It's
just
just something we have to do. Just
it's something that
to
we will probably continually be talking about, but this is the decision we're making at this time.
yeah.
Because in our mind, this is the most balanced way that we can approach this situation
Yep. For being fair with everyone, because
for
everything else
being fair
has
with
a
everyone.
limit for jumping in on it and a limit for dealing with it. By the way, that limit does apply to like, yes, you have to keep 6 members for any conflicts. Like if you're going and fighting somewhere, you can only have up to 6 people that come in. That does not mean you can have 6 people to come in and do the conflict, but you can have 20 people giving you information leading up to the conflict. It means that you can only have up to 6 people involved in that conflict. No one else can
Phoebe
give
does ask a
comms
good
about it.
question. The
We can
6
get back to
people,
just a second. Hold on, wait,
yeah,
just a second on that. That doesn't mean that you can give comms and not be involved in the actual fighting in any situation, not just gangs, but civilians, cops, EMS. No one can be in that sort of situation where they are going to initiate a fight or have initiated a fight and are getting communications from outside people. You have to stick to 6 no matter what if there's a conflict. Except in the case of what Phoebe just said, um, it's actually not 8 on the turf. If you had 3 gangs standing around on Grove Street talking, and if you had like fucking 20 people standing around on Grove Street, and someone rolls up to initiate an attack, you are allowed to defend with the number of people who are standing there.
This has happened.
This is not
before.
just in terms
Yeah.
of gangs, it's also in terms of like civilians. If you have 20 people standing at Wooks and someone comes up to try and shoot at the place, you can defend with the number of people that are standing there. Now, this doesn't mean if we find out that that some gang decides that because that's a thing, they can stand around on their turf with like 20 people every single day, we're gonna yell at you. It's the same thing as exploiting green zones. You can't just
and
stand there and try and make things all stacked against enemies.
there is a secondary clarification we need here. If you are initiating a combat scene, you cannot bring, like, let's say you kidnap someone, like you're kidnapping a rival gang leader. You cannot kidnap them and bring them to your turf where you know tons of people are for the added benefit of defense. If
Yep.
you are the initiators of a scene, you are limited to 6. You cannot intentionally bring them somewhere where you will now have a numbers advantage.
Yeah.
We
If you are
will get on your
ever
case about that.
the attackers, if you are ever the attackers in a situation, you can only have up to 6. And yes,
Yes.
no, war should not start without agreeing to terms of war. gangs who I think most of the gangs who could even potentially be involved in a war know of the safest location that they can discuss war terms. We were talking about it, and as part of this, if you are in an active war, you cannot speak with any other gang within that location except for the gang that you were at war with.
You are on a functionally an information blackout with every other gang until that war has concluded.
And we
Yeah.
do
This
have
is
that
to
location under surveillance, so we will know.
yeah. And we're doing
Or
this
there
for
are
a couple
also-
reasons. One, it's so the war doesn't last forever. Because
Yeah.
that's also a problem.
Yeah, and if there's 4, 5, 6 gangs that want to start a war with one gang, you got to go in order. Basically, you gotta wait in line. So you got to
Yeah.
go to
Yeah.
gang war with one gang, get that war finished up, then the next gang can come in and go to war, then get that finished up, then the next gang, and yeah, literally get in line.
Yeah, and I will say, war is uncommon enough that, and I'll be transparent about this,
Also, yeah, that can be part of war
I-
terms. Yeah.
I'll be watching for this. Especially like if a war comes up, and then I'm just randomly popping around and checking in, and I see you exchanging information, etc., with like another gang to try and get some background information on your enemy in your war. Like, I'll find it. I promise
We'll find
you.
out. Yeah, we will
So
know.
just don't do it. Just settle. Like, you should be respectful criminals to yourself. You should be able to start this war and finish this war on your own terms. Like, have
Yeah.
some respect for yourself as a gangster, as a criminal.
Croc brings up a good question.
Croc, you cannot hire people that are in another gang. If they're in another gang, no.
Well, no,
But
he
I
says
would say-
freelancers.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm getting that out of the way just for other people's clarification on it. So you can't hire people that are in another gang. But I would say if you have less numbers than the other gang that you're going to fight against, yes. I would say
As
if
long
you
as
have
you don't
more
pass 8.
numbers, as long as you don't pass 8. If you have more numbers than the gang that you're going up against, no, is what I would say.
Yeah, so you can hire freelancers to even the odds,
match
but you cannot exceed the current gang limits. And if you have more numbers, like let's say a gang of like 7 is fighting a gang of 5, the gang of 7 can't hire someone else.
Yeah.
But the gang of
I'm
5
also
can
gonna
hire
add
2
this in.
freelancers to make it an equal 7.
Yeah, those freelancers are held to the same rules of the gang war. They can't go ask
Yeah.
other gangs for information or anything.
Functionally, if a freelancer has agreed to join a gang for a gang war, they are for the duration of that gang war functionally part of the gang, as far as like
Yeah.
the information blackout and everything goes.
Yes.
And I'm gonna look at you real sideways.
I think
If you
gangs
have-
repping during a war is part of the war terms, probably.
Yeah, I will say I'll look at you real sideways if you have, let's say that like you have 8 people in your gang or 7 people in your gang. If you want to bring in a freelancer, for the sake of replacing one of your gang members because you know they're a better shooter than them,
Oh yeah, you can't
I'm
do
looking
that.
at you. I'm looking at
Yeah.
you real sideways for even considering that because you should be repping your gang members and supporting them.
Yeah. You can't replace people with freelancers.
Yep.
You say that's nuts. It will happen.
It happens. It
Yeah.
has happened.
And
We have
this
to say
stuff
that,
is
or else
stuff.
people will do it.
This
we
is
have
this
to
stuff
say it.
is
I know,
stuff
that's
that
how
will be
we're
added
saying
to
the
our
whole
rules.
time.
And I'm gonna try and add it very quickly to our rules because I know it's very relevant right now.
Where
So,
can
Yeah.
they reference
but
the
no,
rules
I
at?
know what you meant, Pibby. I think that is just part of the war terms. I think that like some gangs don't necessarily have like specific identifying things. Like I'm thinking of Black Company. A lot of time Black Company just like wears fancy clothes and stuff like that, and they don't necessarily have like an identifying factor. I think that would be probably part of the war terms of discussing if you will or will not be wearing something that is gang specific.
Yeah. I think
Is that it?
I think that's
Did we
it for
go
the
over everything?
7
gang
pages.
stuff.
No, I think that's just for
Oh,
gang war.
no, just okay.
We're
We're
not
still
done.
going.
Just the gang war. The actual last point,
We
and
do
I
have
did say
exciting
both.
things to say after everything, by the way.
Yeah,
Just for
after
people who've been
the
here
next
for
point is the
two
last
and a
one on
half
the list.
hours.
We made it through all
Yeah.
7 pages of notes.
We're
Yeah,
doing
okay,
it,
next.
guys.
We're doing it.
We're
But the last
doing
one
it.
is unironically one of the most important points, and we want to talk about OOC bleed
Yeah.
because we have gotten an unholy amount of tickets about this.
Yeah.
And
That wasn't the exciting thing.
no, this was not the exciting thing. I'm so sorry.
Gang wars are exciting though. I want gang
Gang
wars.
wars are
They
exciting.
sound
I
fun.
want to be in a gang war.
I want to. Well, oh, I guess
Well-
that is exciting. We can talk about that after
Well,
this too.
Yeah, we can
Anyway.
talk about that after this. But so OOC bleed, just being quite honest, we've seen a lot of issues with stuff in city really bleeding into how people are interacting with each other to the point where we've gotten numerous tickets about numerous people. And when I say numerous, I think it's fair to say we've gotten
10,
at
20
least
plus, like so many.
like 20 to 30 plus tickets about this
Yeah.
in like the last month.
Yeah.
It's
By the way,
been
we're at
so many.
700 something tickets. So
Yeah.
new one just dropped. We're at
And
7 to
so
7.
for those of you who don't fully
Yeah.
understand what we're talking about, this is when you get set a thing that happened in RP and it starts to go into and affect your like how you're playing your character or how you're thinking about people, how you're talking about things. And this is not just limited to how you are talking about things in city. There is a big problem with many people where we understand that RP can be frustrating. RP is a very complicated landscape to navigate, and a lot of the
Mhm.
times things do not go your way, and you're allowed to be upset about them. The thing that we are really trying to ask you to not do is there's not really a nice way of saying this. We need you to stop moaning, bitching, and complaining about things that didn't go your way in the city to everyone out of city.
yeah.
And I
It
feel sad
poisons
that
the
we have to
well.
say it like this. It's poisoning the
Yeah.
well.
Because, like, a lot of these people, you might have problems with their characters, but, like, out of character, they don't think anything bad about you whatsoever. So, you going around and talking a lot of shit about them out of character ends up poisoning the well and making people really dislike those people and paints a target on their back. But, like, a lot of the time, they're just doing, like, maybe doing gang shit. Maybe, like, they just robbed you that day and they just, it's part of the RP.
And the reason why we have to bring this up is because you might not think that you're doing any harm by, really complaining about it in like a chat here and there. The problem is that it's happening just too much. And
Mhm.
when I'm going to use the police as an example because I feel like they are quite often the target of this bleed.
Yeah.
Is if a criminal has a bad day and the police catches them, the criminals love to just badmouth the police. And we get it, it's criminals being criminals. But when the police are just assaulted over and over and over and over with negative comments from every angle in every chat and other people's chats that they just want to be trying to vibe in and things like that, it just kills your motivation to be a
And
cop.
it's not just the cops,
And it's not just
it's
cops.
everyone.
It-
Yeah, like
This happens to EMS people. This happens to criminals. It's just it piles up so fast and it gets
just
so
try and
demotivating.
think that every single person in city has a person behind that character. And you could think about like how many how many times a week someone is playing as that character. If they are sitting there literally every single day and hearing all about how much everyone in the entire city hates them or stuff like that, it fucking sucks. Especially B and I, were in a city at one point where there was a gang that shit talked us so badly that it was hard to exist in the city because we got to the point where like people were just constantly telling everyone new that came into the city how bad we were and how awful we were and how much stuff we did and whatever the hell. Thankfully, after a few months of like just existing
It was
and
like
just doing our thing
3,
and
4
not even
months.
engaging with it, it was so long. After a long time of just not engaging with it, eventually people learned that we weren't actually like that, just through their own like questioning and like trying to actually talk to us as people. But like up until that point, we were socially isolated. Nobody ever tried to ask us or see how we felt about anything or anything like that. And it's I mean, just to use Fuse as an example, people will be standing in a clothing store, literally not threatening anyone, not doing anything. People come in alongside them and are like, "Oh, sorry, we'll leave." And they just get out. And I know a lot of that is also due to their reputation. Like they do a lot of shootouts. They are a more aggressive gang, but like that doesn't mean they're not people and they still just like want to talk to people sometimes or just hang out or whatever. So please try not to get into the habit of essentially socially isolating people in that way because it sucks out of character. In character, yeah, I get it. People are gonna have their beef and they're gonna have their fights and whatever. Just like sometimes still add a little bit of whimsy in there and be like, just interact in a simple way sometimes.
And no interaction is so much worse than actively like disliking
Beefing.
them as a character. Like
Yeah.
if it is so much worse to just deny people any form of RP than it is to like even if you're just walking by them, just be like, I fucking hate you for what you did. Like
Yeah.
just a small like engagement in any form is better than this social isolation bullshit. And
We
also, I
begged for
know,
that for those 4 months. When
yeah,
nobody would talk to us, we even went to the admins and were like, we want them to shoot us, we want them to stab us, we want the conflict, we want any
get in
RP
conflict.
whatsoever. Like,
You
we don't
can
want them
you can
to
try
like us.
talking. You could try talking to them or like anyone that you're having conflict with. I mean, I'm not just talking about Fuse, but like you could try
this is
talking to
not
people
just
about it.
it's so many people.
You can try if you dislike something they did, maybe you go after them. Maybe you do go and try and shoot them. Maybe you do try and go and stab them or something. But like
And that's how
Just
no
just ocean dump. Just
interaction.
don't ocean
Yeah.
dump them first.
and
Yeah, Ocean Dump.
I know
stop
we've
with Ocean.
mentioned Fuse a lot. It's just because
Mm.
Fuse is the most aggressive gang within the city, but I think it's actually fair to say that we have seen and experienced more bleed within the PD and the EMS than we have towards Fuse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Like so, there is so much of it going on. It's
Yep.
insane.
Yeah. So yeah, just think that there are people behind the characters. Know that like not everything relates to anything out of character. Please try and think that it is a game. And yeah, you can just talk to people, even if you don't want to talk to them in character. If you don't want to have a conversation in character, we always encourage you to reach out to someone out of character and be like, hey, this didn't feel very good. And I just wanted to reach out to you and talk to you about it. And that's
Yeah.
fine. And a
And
lot of the time,
people
these
are very
people are
understanding.
so willing to have a conversation with you and be like, "Oh, hey man, I'm so sorry about that. We didn't mean that. I will try and avoid this in the future," or something like that. Just
And
please communicate instead of
I
like
know
shit
that
talking and just spreading stuff.
we're also very fortunate to have a lot of streamers within our community, like so many.
Yeah.
And we love you guys so much. And we know we can't police chats and we don't expect you to, but it really goes a long way if y- we're functionally just trying to help ask for support in trying to curb when we can the rampant amount of just random shit talking for no reason. I totally get that, like, again, we're not trying to police people's communities. We're not trying to do anything like that. It's just a lot of the streamers love watching everyone's POVs, when they're not streaming themselves. People like to stay up to date on the city, and some of this bleed does unfortunately come from, like, the chats of the streams that we all love to enjoy. And a lot of the time, you might not realize things that you're fostering. There are, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I know I've done it as a streamer before where I've gang piled on someone and I didn't, like, it doesn't feel like you're really contributing to much, but it's one of those things that it perpetuates so easily. And we again, we've gotten so many tickets about it, and it just we're really trying to
We
just
can't
be
deal
completely
with
honest with you.
everyone's personal issues. We
We
really can't.
can't.
We know that some people are having issues out of character, but the second that we actually got people to have a conversation with each other about things, or like the second that people actually did reach out to have a conversation about things, things were so much better. Because the situation that I'm thinking about had people be like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, we didn't know that you weren't having fun with this. We'll back off." And they immediately did back off. So
Yeah.
please just communicate your feelings. I know it can be hard and I know it can be tough. And if you want to put a ticket in to maybe have our help with it, maybe we can bring them into the ticket and like at least monitor or try and help you out with it or something. But otherwise, please DM people and just try and talk to them.
Yeah.
I think an important thing
And
to remember always is that this is our team. This is role playing. It's a game. There's nothing that can happen in the city that is that deep. It's not that deep.
Yeah.
No matter what happens in the city, you remember that like old days, like just walk away? Like literally you could just get up and leave your computer? It's just role playing.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yep.
not that
Yeah.
deep. If you're
And
getting
please take a
heated,
break. If you're having
please take a
days
break.
where if you're having days where you're like, I'm not having fun with this. This is not this is not like an entertaining situation. It's not a cool situation. I don't like it. If it's all technically like within the rules and stuff like that, like for instance, the police have I think it's been 4, maybe 5 days in a row now where the police have gotten shot in some way. If you're sitting there as a cop and you're like, I'm so tired, I don't want to deal with this. Okay, just take a break for a
Then
little bit.
don't
You don't have to engage
then
and
with
don't
it.
feel
You
bad about
can,
taking a break, please.
yeah,
yeah.
take your
Yeah.
break.
Nothing
Like,
is gonna disappear while you're gone. You're totally cool.
I
Please
took
take
like a
breaks.
This is the very
3-month
beginning.
break at one point in
Yeah.
time.
That's true. He
I
did.
just
I take a
This is
break.
disappeared
the
for
I
3
take a
beginning.
break
This is
months.
every
long
4
form.
days.
Yeah. He had a
Mhm.
situation happen to him in RP in our last city, and it sucked, and it was real bad. And so he took a full ass 3-month break and then came back, and he was still fine. I think your break
Yeah,
was
and
also
turns
3
out
months. No.
I just got back into it and like I had a lot more fun with it when I came back.
Mhm.
Because, sometimes you just need
You
to
just need
step
time.
away.
Yeah.
You just need the time.
We said
And
it
No,
in the very
I
beginning.
think yours was like a month, maybe 2.
Yeah, we said this in the
His
very
was 3.
beginning, and it's still
His was
true
3.
now. That this is long form RP. Like
Yeah.
this could go on years. If you need to take a break, even if it's a month, 2 months, 6 months, the city will still be here. In
Yeah.
fact, they'll come back from their
Hopefully.
break, and then they'll have so much shit to learn. Hopefully.
True. Yeah.
But of course, there's
Yeah.
always that asterisk. But like the intention is long form.
Yeah.
So if you need to take a break, taking a break for a day means nothing. Taking a
Well, we've
break
been
for
here
a
3
week
months
means
already. You know, it's
nothing.
pretty good.
Yeah, and like we have good momentum. It's been 3 months. It's awesome. Actually, literally today.
Literally
Today
today.
is the
Today's our
3-month
3-month
anniversary
surprise.
of the
Happy
city
3
doors
months,
opening.
guys.
Happy
yeah,
3
happy
months.
3 months.
You.
And
This one that
so
comes after
we're
too,
still
right?
going strong. We're
Mhm.
growing.
Yes.
We've got whole things on the
Before-
horizon,
before
even
four.
still.
Mm.
So,
Speaking
Yeah.
of things we have on the horizon.
you like
So
the
which thing do
transition?
we
You like
which
that
thing do we
transition?
start with?
What, didn't we
Well,
have
don't
something
you
to
have the
start
clip?
with? Wasn't there a thing? Yeah.
All right. I guess I should probably screen share it, huh?
You probably should screen
Mhm.
share it. Yeah.
I probably should screen share it. I have to find. Oh wait.
Alright.
Oh, which
What
which
are
version
we?
of it? Okay, hold on. I gotta find the right version.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Okay, I found it. I found it. We're good. We're good. All right, people. Why can't I share my screen? Do I not have
Oh,
permission
also
to share my
just
screen?
just
Like,
in case
show's
on
over, go
the
home.
I
we
don't
can't
know.
share the screen. Hold
We
on.
shared screen before.
For
It
more
might be
video.
a me
Oh wait,
thing.
sorry.
video chat.
Oh, it's too many
It's
people.
video chat.
Too
No,
many
that's
people.
video chat. We're not trying to. We're not
Oh,
trying to
wait.
face cam.
Oh my
I
god, I
can't
kill
share my
myself.
screen.
That's on TV.
Fuck.
Really?
Hmm.
I pissed my pants.
I guess you can't. Well,
All right. Well, I guess
Oh.
I'll just have to post it in announcements and add everyone.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
we go. That works.
Ready.
yeah, that'll work.
All right. All right.
Wait, we did it last time though.
We did do it last time, but I don't think I actually fully started the thing last time. I don't think I actually started the
Don't piss on me.
Yeah.
I.
because I started the town hall this time around.
Uh,
So.
How the hell did we
All
devolve
right.
to talking about
All
piss and
right. All right,
pregnancy?
everyone. I'm putting it in there. I'm putting it in there. Just hold your horses.
Just on the topic of like taking breaks, by the way, just I'm also gonna bring up Croc
Oh,
real quick and just say, like, if you're really, really not having fun with the way that your character is going and the like situations that you are a part of, Croc used to run Riptide and was like the owner of the Sun Cafe and all that stuff. And he took a break for a little while and he decided that it wasn't for him. And he went and took a break for a while and then he came back and played Shelby for a bit and he decided that he liked that a lot better. And he just moved on from that character. And that's completely fine and encouraged.
Now he's us.
And now he's
Now
having
he's-
All
way
right,
more
everyone.
fun.
Go look at the
Because
go
he
look
figured
at
out
your
the kind of
video.
things that he wanted and what he wanted to be and how he wanted to interact with the server. So yeah.
I think it
We'll give
actually
y'all-
is because of
We'll give you like
150
5
people.
minutes to watch it.
I don't know, 5 minutes. It's only a minute long.
So
But
just play. Somebody go hit
Yeah.
play.
Yeah, you stream
showed
the video probably
nothing.
has copyrighted music, but yeah, you can stream the video.
yeah, you might want to like mute it or something or turn it down.
Sorry, I didn't think about that. I just played one of my favorite songs. Oh, you know what we could have done for next time?
What?
Do like a YouTube video debut.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that could be cute. Next
Oh,
time.
We
hell
could
yeah.
have. I could have put this on my YouTube channel and then had my viewers who haven't seen me in 6 months be very confused at what the hell is this thing.
So yes, our next update we have dubbed the Crime and Punishment update.
Yippee, yippee,
And it will be
yippee,
coming
whoopee.
just at the start of this next month.
Yes. And
Consider you all punished. But in Shelby's voice, not mine.
yeah, I think we should announce that thing that Milo was putting in our chat up there. It's related.
Hold on. What am I missing? Oh yes. Oh yeah, I guess that is kind of related in a way. Before we move on to the full update conversation and tell you everything involved in that, we would also like to tell you guys, it's possible some of you may have already noticed in the last couple hours before Storm, but a bunch of the Spectre sprays are all back because we have decided that because there are a lot of there's so many new people and new gangs in the city. It's really hard for people to figure out how to interact with the city as a gang. So we have fully decided to make Spectre into more of like an admin gang, and actually have it exist and showcase what we are hoping for out of gang interaction and stuff like that.
Teach by
Spectre's still not
example.
Yep.
teach by example.
Yep.
It's still not like as violent of a gang as say like Fuse is. And I will say Fuse has not done anything wrong in their gang activities. Pretty much everything that Fuse has done is within our expectations of gang stuff. But
And
we
we
can
support.
showcase it. Yeah. But we can showcase it with doing some stuff as Spectre.
We're gonna be robbing you guys now.
We will be
Yeah,
robbing
this
you.
is not. This is an important distinction, I think. This is not anything even close to what we were talking about with the crime lords. The crime
No.
lords, yes,
Yeah.
are admins. They are existing outside of the normal rules of civilians in the city. They will lie, cheat, and steal whatever they need to. In
They
and
are.
out
You
of
can
meta,
shoot
doesn't
them.
matter.
You can go after them. If you disagree with something that they are doing as a gang, please go to gang war with us. I think we
I
want
wanna
to shoot
shoot
you really
people.
bad.
I personally want to run the ones with you guys. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't have better guns. We won't have better anything. In fact,
In fact, we're at a
following some of-
disadvantage. We put ourselves at a disadvantage as
We're
a gang,
so
actually.
poor. We're so
we're-
poor compared
Playing
to
on
everyone
veteran
else.
difficulty.
Cause guess what, guys?
We're not only for
We're 3 months behind.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
not 3 months
no, it's
behind.
not
We
even
have
that,
some
it's
gang
that-
stuff.
Two.
It's
But-
not a secret that like the crime lords can exist. The push and pull and prod and interact with the gangs. We've removed ourselves from that equation,
Yeah.
which means we are forever on the back foot because the people with the biggest guns, with the best drugs, and the fastest cars will not look at us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're also like part of the reason why Spectre disbanded to begin with is because we are admins and it's really hard for us to interact with and be on the same level as other gangs as admins because there's just so many other things that we're dealing with at all times. And a lot of the times we end up just kind of running around, maybe even solo on a lot of days. But we think that you guys maybe need a group to be an example in some things, or you need to be able to speak with people that are a part of a gang about what a gang maybe should be like or anything like that.
Yeah, so we're gonna be around and helping out with that.
Also do want to iterate before anybody has questions. This is not entailing towards more in code because currently their characters have their plot lines that they're following. This
Yep.
is just the actual 5 admins that aren't cops. We don't have government mandated jobs.
Don't worry, guys. The mortician's not going anywhere.
Yeah, all the
And I know-
stories that people have heard about Connor and Ronche, well, you'll actually get to experience them now. Tee
Yeah. So there's we just wanted to like kind of I guess announcement. We don't really need to announce it. It's kind of a sideline thing anyways, but we just wanted to like let you guys know that because we didn't want admin gang. We didn't want to like go out and be like the admins that are in a gang doing gang shit. But like I think that we put ourselves on the back end on a lot of things so much, and we are usually the underdogs in a lot of like things that we're doing. We're not giving ourselves the special stuff. We're doing everything. We're like grinding everything up.
I'm
So,
so
I
poor,
think-
dude. I'm so poor, especially after last
She's so
night.
poor.
Aria's got
She doesn't have enough
nothing.
money for
I can't
rent. She doesn't have
afford-
enough
I can't
money for
afford my
rent.
I
Yeah.
was totally beat up on that. In
They took
jail.
her
I
rent
was like,
money last
"Fuck, I
night."
saved up
Right, I
so
got-
I was about
hard
to
for
say-
my
I mean, it's
rent.
her
I gotta
fault.
pay
She
rent.
shot the
Right
cops,
now.
but she needs rent money, guys.
I was about to say
Yeah.
we owned
It's
we owned the
unreal.
gas station for like a month or two and made it pay for itself.
That's true. That gas station's a good money for our gang. Thank God for that gas station. So yeah, so we'll be around. Yeah, freelancers. I mean, yeah, Spectre will probably have freelancers come around with them and stuff. I think the thing is that Spectre is incredibly picky about membership.
Incredibly. Always
Like,
has been. That's not just
hardcore
because
picky.
admin gang.
Yeah.
As long as we've
Yeah.
existed, we've been hyper picky.
You gotta
And
you
it's
gotta
not
match the
just
freak.
being it's not just being picky about who's in the gang, it's even being picky about who they do jobs with. Like, they're so picky.
Yeah, Ari is very
So
judgy.
Yeah.
She's probably the judgiest.
You know,
it's
when it
speaking
comes
possible
to it.
that you
speaking
could
from
Yeah.
like hang out with Spectre or something, but like they're real
yeah,
picky.
it's a very unorthodox recruitment process.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
It is.
No.
Yeah.
All right, but enough about us. You guys want to hear about what we're adding? We know you.
Yes. Yeah.
Yippee, yippee. Yes.
So we are not going to tell you everything because we
No.
like surprises. So
We want to
get
keep
wrecked.
something secret. Yeah. Also,
Uh,
shout out to the DTRP comics or XRP comics.
DT
I'm very happy
Comics!
about them.
So good.
Sorry,
DT
anyway.
Comics!
My favorite.
all right.
comic ever.
I love DT so much.
My favorite manga.
I'm just going to go down the list of stuff that we have,
Yeah.
starting with crime. Again, we're not going to tell you guys everything we're adding, so expect more stuff than what we're saying. But some
Lot
of the
more.
things you guys have already kind of discovered, mostly because we had to put things in and make sure that they were going to work before we let you guys have access to it. House robberies are here.
Yep.
And they're actually here this time. They're not broken like last time.
Yes. Actual house robberies.
Yeah, actual house robberies are here.
I'm just gonna say this out front, just so people potentially save themselves the trouble of saying that it's a bug. Only one person can enter the house, like
Yes,
at all.
they are solo missions. You cannot do them as groups.
Yeah.
It is not a bug.
You can go
It is
hang
not
out
a
with
bug.
people that are doing the house, but yeah, only one person can enter.
I mean, you can all. There's always a thing called getaway driver.
True.
If you somehow find a way to enter a house with multiple people and you don't tell us how you did it and what you did and we find out, that's about the stuff earlier. I'll get you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, you can
next-
only enter a house with one person. If you enter with multiple, then that's a bug. So let us know.
Yep. We're not going to tell you how they work. You're
We're
gonna have
not.
to
Yeah,
figure
no,
that
we're
out
not
in RP.
answering anything mechanically.
Nothing
Yeah,
mechanically.
it's
You're
just
gonna have to
they
figure that
exist.
out. We're just telling you that they exist because some people have already figured out they exist.
Yeah.
Boosting is here. And again, we are not going to tell you how to do it. You're going to have to find that out on yourself.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Faith has been doing some boosting. A lot of that is to test out mechanics and make sure that the pings are correct and make
dispatch.
sure that dispatch stuff is correct and make sure that everything is functional for it and like make sure it's working in the correct anticipated way.
Yep.
You
You're going to have to find that out in RP, Velvet.
Again, we will not answer anything mechanically.
Yeah, we will not tell you
It's
anything
coming
about
in.
how
It's
any of these
very
work.
cool. That's as far as it goes.
Hold on, there's going to be some new petty crimes, which we think you'll enjoy.
There were a couple that were already implemented, just because we had updated some systems, and there's been a couple
yeah,
of
like package robberies. That was a petty crime that we were
that
going to
was supposed to
originally
be for the
save
update. Yeah.
for this update, but we implemented it early. So that's an example.
We're also not telling you what these things mean. You're gonna have to find that out in RP2. Why don't
Yeah.
you ask other people what boosting is?
Hold on, I need to at someone a few times real quick.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Who we're doxing?
All right. There's
Oh,
going to
God
be new
damn.
drugs.
Yeah.
Yippee.
Look closely, you might
Hold
miss
on,
it.
I don't know if he got it. I think I need to add
don't
him a
think
few
he- I
more
don't think he
times.
got it.
Yeah, I
Him
think you
and
need
should
a couple
do it
more.
too, you know,
Again?
just
You need a couple more.
There we go. We got him. All right.
There we go.
Oh, thank you, Chloe. Thank you. I think he's finally saw it.
yeah, new
I
drugs.
I really want to
Yeah.
spoil the
In
name of one of the
lowercase,
drugs, but I'm
I
not
love
going to.
drugs. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh,
I
I
want
kind of
to
want
so
you
bad.
to
Okay. Well, it's only going to
Mm.
mean something to certain people, so I might as well just say it. Silk.
I'm so excited.
99% of you have no idea what it means.
Yeah,
The
most of you
1%
have
of you
This is
no
a
idea.
are
this
pretty
is
excited.
this is an old head reference right here. This is an
This is a
OG
deep
Yeah,
reference.
most of you have
cut.
no idea. And this isn't just saying Mr. Silk is a drug. That's not what it means.
No, it's not what it means.
No,
Or
it
there
has
are
nothing to
the
do
almond
with
milk.
the lovely penguin.
There goes bad. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
There it goes. Yeah. There's the
The
lore
people who
keeper.
know know.
Wait.
I was like, where's my lore keeper? He should know this. There it is. Okay, got him. We got him.
Got him.
everybody.
We got him.
And new heists.
New heist.
Yes.
Yippee heist.
Heists plural.
Yippee yippee. Plural. Yes.
Several. Yep.
And that's all we're going to tell you about crime stuff. So
Yeah.
look forward to
Anything
that.
else you'll have to find out in RP?
And there is more than that.
Yeah.
We're just not going to tell you what the rest of it is. We got to keep some
Yes.
things to ourselves.
We just teasing you. Hee hee hee.
Okay, let's talk about some police stuff. Police are getting new tools, and no, we're not going to tell you what those are. Criminals are going to have to find that out in RP.
And so will cops.
It was very cool.
So will the cops.
Yes.
EMS are going to have a significantly expanded role within the city, and no, we will not elaborate.
Mhm.
Yep.
Both departments, PD and EMS, are getting new vehicles,
Mhm.
and they look
New fleet.
sick.
Mm-hmm.
I'll also say that the hospital upgrade was technically supposed to be part of this update, but we just decided to push it out way sooner because there were so many people's in bed. There was so many people in
so
beds.
many people.
There's
It's
a lot of
crazy.
shootings.
So many people needed
Yeah.
them. That's it for PD and EMS. There's going to be a new civ job coming to the city. The Group 6 job. You can deliver money and stuff. Security job. And yes, it is a different sort of job than you guys are used to. It is.
hmm
Should we?
It
should,
is
should we
not.
should probably warn them.
It is
About this
going
one?
We
to
should
be
because our
Very
civs are the way they
Yeah.
are. I'm gonna tell you right
different.
now, it is not a safe job. It is not safe.
The trucks might be green, but the zone is not.
Yep.
I love that so much. So true.
You may very well walk away from the job wearing red.
If you start this job and then you are upset or surprised when something happens to you, we cannot help you with it. This is
In fact,
anticipated.
we not only won't help you, we'll be cheering on the other side.
Yeah.
Potentially. So that's coming. But it is a fun job. I like it.
No, you can join AMS and PD. It's the same as like doing firefighter
No,
work.
this is a
or,
civ job. This is a
um,
civ job.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
it's,
civ
it's,
job.
Can do.
totally legal civ job.
It's just not a
Yeah.
safe civ
To do.
job.
It's just not
It's
safe.
not a safe civ job to do.
Yeah. Worse than being a
Another
power
civ thing?
washer.
The new mech shop will be opening around the same time as the update. We're not going to make any guarantees on that exact date, but new mech
Mhm.
shop.
We haven't
And part of that new
chosen
mech
an
shop.
owner yet, but we will soon.
Yeah, we haven't chosen the owner yet.
You can meet the
Part
rich
of the-
assholes.
Yeah, they'll be able to meet the rich assholes. Part of that, there are new car paints coming to the city.
New colors.
You
Like a
colors.
lot.
Monochrome, my
Like
beloved.
a lot. Like a lot. Yeah. Including
It's like
monochrome
50
for
something new
Colt.
colors.
That's like a lot of colors.
Yeah, there's a lot. I don't remember the exact number.
Mhm.
We are upgrading, or we have been upgrading and will continue to upgrade the phone and the tablets throughout the course
Yep,
of the next 2 weeks. That we are doing
I
early.
know. Yeah.
and
we
you might
had
have
to do it
noticed
early.
The PD and EMS are painfully aware that we have done this early.
Yeah. Sorry
we're not
for
done with it
PD for
early.
breaking the tablet the other day and having to make you live in the Stone Ages because you couldn't make any reports.
Sorry.
But I mean, I think that people have seen the tablet upgrades. They understand that it's for the better, and like there's some good stuff that's in there. And it also is way more optimized, so it shouldn't cause as many lag issues overall.
Yep.
Functionally it's similar to what it already worked like, but
Yeah.
there's
The
a couple
phones
of
are
new things
next.
and features.
So if everyone's phones in the cities break within the next week or so,
Sorry.
I'm very aware of it,
Sorry. Sorry.
and I
Yeah,
will
please just
fix it.
report it. Stick it in bug reports in the general bug reports or something.
Yeah.
And then we'll fix it over time.
No, don't make tickets about it. Please, for the love of
yeah,
God, don't
actually,
make
we forgot
tickets.
to say that earlier. Please stop making tickets about bugs. I revamped what's pinned in the bug report thread. It has a bug report information post that is pinned there. You can use that to figure out which place to put your bugs. Please
Ta-da.
put your bugs there. Please do not make tickets.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
We're at
So
the point
please,
where if there are too many tickets made, we literally cannot make more tickets because our
Because they're based on channels
Discord
in the
server
Discord.
has too many channels.
Yeah. And we
we're
have hit
trying to
that
get to them
limit
as fast
before.
as we can. Please just
So
use bug
please-
reports for bugs.
Please put bug reports in bug report threads.
Yes, please.
Unless
Phoebe
if it's
has a
something that's
question.
crime related,
Yeah.
maybe stick it in a
Crime
ticket
related,
just
you can
so
put it
you
in a
don't
ticket.
spoil it. Yeah.
Crime related, you can
Yep,
put
yep,
in a ticket. But everything else, if it's not crime related, please use the bug reports.
If you think it's secret or are unsure of it, you can stick it in a ticket.
Yeah. Part of the new tablet update, every business is going to have its own MDT.
Everyone, all the restaurants,
every
all the
single
mech
one.
shops, every business.
Books, knots, Cafe de Famille,
Not gangs.
cookies.
Not gang.
No, not gangs.
I
And
think
the
that was
greatest one
also
of
that would also
all?
probably confirm or be for the taxi company, and probably Skullguard has been approved as a company, so we're still discussing that. But I know that Skullguard did get approved by the PD, so we're gonna work on that too.
Yep. MDT is a tablet thing. But
I-
basically, you'll be able to put reports on there. You'll be able to put you'll be able to put bulletins.
You'll be able to see who's clocked in when they're clocked in
Owners
and
will
on
be
duty.
able to see if you're clocked in now, so no free paychecks for all you
And they'll
paycheck campers
also
out
be
there.
able to. They should have your phone numbers. Like everyone's phone number will be
Oh
visible.
yeah, and they'll
I believe.
also have your phone number, so they can call
Yeah.
you out if you're just trying to camp a paycheck.
Yeah, you can actually see people who are clocked in on the tablet. Yes.
Yep. The other nice thing is we will be able, as the admin team, to put out announcements to businesses specifically, if we need to. So there will be another place to for us to contact you, so you don't have to comb through the Discord for random announcements. If it's like,
Yep.
we're only going to do it if it's related to the businesses specifically. Like if it's like the rules for restaurants and stuff, we'll probably make as a bulletin so that all the restaurants will just have that they can see, type deal.
Yeah. And so you can reference things in game a little bit easier.
They will also have their own chat rooms that are separate from everyone else. You can only see them if you're part of the job.
You can only
However,
see them if you have the job selected even.
Yep. Everything on those tablets, though, are susceptible to the same rules that we currently use for businesses. Nothing criminal is allowed at all on those tablets. Period. Full stop.
And I will also add to this and say you should not be using your work tablets to discuss like outside things. If you're talking about like gang activity or like things that you're planning on doing outside in some way, or just keep it to business related stuff. Keep it to
And
work.
if we find in any way that a business is abusing the tablet, they're just going to lose it.
Yeah. We can
We
take
will
away your
just take it
chat
away.
from you. Well, we'll probably take away the chat first, but if we found out you're abusing the tablets in general in some way, if you're putting weird things in the bulletins or something, you can also just lose the application. So
Yep.
Be good.
Yeah, be good. Be good. We're having a new scene script that we put in, and serial killers are about to go so hard.
Yeah, I know
You have
there's been
no
somebody
idea.
that's been doing a lot of serial killing the last couple of days, but yeah, if you guys have ever fucked with our scene creation thing, the thing where you can create a message and like write it up on a pole or something like that.
The poor
We're
man
getting
spray.
yeah, the poor man's spray. We are getting a new version of that, and it's going to allow you to do a couple of new things. I'm not gonna go too in detail on it, but like one of the things that it'll be able to do is allow you to put like basically your text attached to a wall or the floor or something like that. So it'll actually be like on the wall instead of just being floating on your eyes. You can still
Yeah.
make the floating text, but like that's another thing that people can do to be like, this is EMS parking only or something with scenes.
Yeah, there's a lot of new things that this can do. And it's just a lot of real cool stuff that
Yeah.
you can do with it. So we're excited
Yeah, we
about
want
it.
you to play with it in person, so we're not gonna talk too much about it.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
it's
but
neat.
now the real important update, the one that we know you're all here for, we're updating Pixel Hunters.
Yeah!
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go.
It's really hype.
We actually are.
We actually are
The
updating
Pixel
Pixel
Hunter
Hunters.
update is going to completely change the way that you catch things. I think that that's probably what?
Yeah, you will play Pixel Hunters differently, and we highly suspect it's because the creators of Pixel Hunters are changing it for legal reasons.
Yeah, we
So it's
suspect
still
that they
Pixel
changed the
Hunter.
way you catch things
It's
so
just
that
gonna
they
be a
would
little
avoid
different.
it being catching stuff in the same way you catch things on Pokemon Go. I think that's
But it
why.
does have a lot of new features, like
Yeah.
being able to put down lures to hunt with your friends and things like that. It's just kind of a
Yeah,
cool
you can
little
put down
update.
like a lure in an area and get more spawns. You can do lures while walking, and that's a little bit different. And there's like some changed artwork and some new pixels and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. We're literally almost done. We're literally almost
Yeah,
done.
so close, so close.
Smoking stuff is completely changing. Joints and things is going to
There's
it's
a
going to be an
code.
entirely new thing, and you can pass joints between friends once, only once.
Puff pass
You
is
did-
coming to the city.
Don't try to puff pass, then puff pass. You can puff a lot and then
Yeah.
pass once, and then they can puff a lot, and you can't pass back. No, we can't fix that.
No, we can't fix that.
We
so
actually
it's
have tried, and it's just
smoking
enjoy
will
the
take
gift.
a little bit more
She
time,
doesn't.
but it'll also work differently. You can share it. There's some cool things to it.
There's some cool things with it.
Yeah.
That one we're gonna just let you find out in RP for sure.
Yep.
And the final thing that we have, it's not cars, Apollo. I'm gonna nip that in the bud.
I'll say directly right here, unfortunately no new dealership and unfortunately no new cars. That actually was going to be the next update that we were gonna do, but we decided that you guys really needed some more crime and stuff like that, and you really needed more ways to interact with the city. So we decided to do that first so that you had more things to do before we got into car stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so there's new
Sorry.
vehicles for PD and EMS, but those are the only new cars for this update.
Yep.
I wouldn't say the only new cars, but like the only new cars outside of a dealership.
Yeah. And
Yeah, Valley.
finally,
Exactly.
we
Yeah, I
have
wouldn't say
a
the only
new
ones, but like the only the cars that you can buy.
the only
Anyway.
new cars you can buy. Put it that way. But the final thing is we are changing the news reporter job. You will be able to post articles, and you'll be
Again.
able to get paid for those articles based off of how many people in the city actually read them.
Yep, it's based on clicks. You get paid per click.
So
Paid per
the
click.
reporters amongst you who write really good articles and can more importantly get people to actually read them You'll be getting paid for that now.
Yep. We will work on we'll probably be paying attention to the income that you get over time and like adjusting it as we feel is necessary.
Yep.
It's not going to be like a shit ton of money, I wouldn't think, but it
Yeah.
is some money for people who have been doing articles. So I know people were asking for that for a long time, so now we can finally do that for you.
It's
Yep.
still going to be a
Also-
job that you get paid for, and it's a new thing, so we're going to have to change it as time goes on. So just
Yeah.
please expect that.
Yeah.
Also, if you write news articles that suck ass, like just like 2 letters, so that you can click farm a little bit.
We
you can
count that
lose the
as
job.
exploitation.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
worry. I've already
definitely.
also added in something. You have to write an article. It won't let you post unless you write an article. And if you try to abuse that, we will just ban you ban you from
Mhm.
it. So
Yeah.
yeah, no
good.
2-sentence articles in my book. You guys have to write essays.
Like we said, there's a lot of things that people have been doing to try and exploit stuff. We will start just banning for it sometimes. So
Yes.
if you're thinking about ways to game the system, stop.
Yep. We will just ban because we've
And if we
reached
hear-
that point.
Well, this person only got banned for a day. Why am I getting 3, or why am I getting a week, or why is mine permanent? Hey, guess what? Don't care. Genuinely don't.
It's up to our discretion.
Yeah, and the only reason why we have this attitude, honestly, is because the exploiting has been getting worse as time goes on.
Mhm. Yeah. And it's been getting more private. You've been doing it more secretly, and we're aware. So
Yeah, and we
Um,
are aware, and we have started to ban people in greater frequency for it.
more
So
makes a great point in our
Yeah.
text chat.
Um.
That falls under our AI rules. Yeah,
Yeah,
guys,
no
don't use
ChatGPT
Mm.
articles.
no ChatGPT
Um,
articles. Keep in
because-
mind, we are not an
Yes.
AI-friendly city
Yeah.
at all. If we suspect that you are using AI in some way, we will delete it or we will yell at you about it. Do not
Mhm.
use AI.
Original work.
If you think I'm not petty enough and I won't check your articles by copying it and then pasting it into an AI checker, and I see that it's 98% likely an AI, that's good enough for me.
Yep.
I'll check.
Yep.
Because I could already feel it happening.
Yeah. No, that's totally
no
fair.
chat
Yeah, there are too
GPT.
many androids in the city. Also, if I see any more, I'm going to kill you. Just kidding.
Oh,
Be nice.
she said it. She
Be
said
nice to
it.
the
I'm
android.
literally
She said
kidding.
it.
I actually love it. It's the
Be nice
most
to the
flattering
android.
thing, unironically, in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cute, actually.
Because
It's really
I've
Run,
never seen a
Rhea,
city with so
run!
many androids.
Mm-hmm.
Run, Ryan.
It's very cute.
I
Yep.
love seeing it.
There may be
So
a
thank
couple
you.
of other things that we haven't mentioned on this, not only because there's things that we're keeping quiet, but also because there may be other things that we add in before update drops. But yeah, this should be coming by the start of the next month.
I should clarify, articles written by Android characters do not count as AI articles.
Yeah, and also just on update notes, the us focusing on this update is also why we haven't gotten to things like, I know we have a couple of court cases that people have been waiting on and stuff like that. Again, that's not the police. The police are not the ones that have to do anything for the court cases to happen. It is us. We need to finish making our setup for how court cases are supposed to work, and we want to do it right, and we don't want to do it quickly. So we are working on this update. We're going to finish working on this update before anything else. Then we're going to enjoy the update a bit, and then we will get back to working on court case stuff.
And
Yeah.
that, ladies, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, is the end of our 7-page essay. Doesn't even feel like the right
It's
word.
only 3.5
Dissertation?
hours.
Only 3.5
Yeah,
hours.
Only three
our
and a half hours.
dissertation
This is
of notes.
the last time we're telling you guys any of this information. please refer to the document that I made because most of it is in there. There's a couple of things that will be still added to our rules at some point. Like things like the gang war rules and stuff like that, and I'm gonna try and get those added in quickly so that you guys can
Yes.
re-reference them and stuff.
Yep.
But yes.
Yeah.
Like always, we're working really hard to bring you guys
Yes,
a
I can
good
pin the document to the
environment.
whitelist chat.
Dunk bitchin'.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
actually gonna
just
put it
gonna-
in tech and info stuff.
Mhm.
And by the way, the reason why we could update our city with so many cool stuff is because it's made from donations of viewers like you.
Drop that link. Drop that
It
link.
is
Drop that
Oh, I
link.
actually
tried to
true.
drop the link again. There we go.
The last two updates were paid entirely with the donations, basically. Like, we
Yeah.
were able to get the scripts that we wanted to get in their entirety.
Yeah, the donations really do help. They help a lot. Not only do they help
Yes.
the city keep running, but they help us just to be able to be like, yeah, we can splurge a little on this fun thing just for the hell of it. You know what I mean?
Yep. So that you
Yeah,
guys
it
have a good
makes
time.
it so that we don't really have to think about financial shenanigans when we're like, can we really afford to bring another Civ job in? It's like, no, we can.
Yeah.
Or,
Mhm.
you
So
know,
thank
maybe
you
this
so much for everyone that's
Yeah.
donated so far.
Thank
It's
you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
it's
Thank
so
you.
helpful and so kind of you, and we really do appreciate it a lot.
You still smell like poop though.
Yeah, you're still stinky though. Especially dirt.
Yeah, we don't like
Mr.
you or
Stinky over
anything.
there.
Especially dirt.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
It's
to
not like
make
we like
Especially
you or
dirt.
anything.
we're gonna have to
Okay,
make new
we should
laws
end this. It's been
at some
3.5 hours. We should
It
set
It's
you
been
has.
three and a
free.
half hours. And
Yeah.
Thank
the
you,
city is
everyone, for listening.
waking back up. Give it like 10 minutes and then you guys can get back in there.
Yes. Sorry
Thanks,
for
clothing.
shutting everything down just to talk to you about this stuff, but we felt like it was very
It was so
important for us
important.
to address the entire city on it. As many of you as we could possibly get to. I know that there's going to be some things that people missed out on, and there's going to be some people that couldn't make it to this. Please try and communicate the information as best you can to other people. Thank you for the people that were streaming it so that people can go back and watch
And
VODs.
post your
If people
VODs
have
in the
notes
media.
they want to post, I can, if people have like, oh, hell yeah, is that a note document?
Oh, beautiful.
Let's
Oh,
go.
fuck
Remember,
yeah.
read the
Oh,
read the
beautiful.
document.
Document.
Yep.
Hold on, I'm gonna go post this in announcements for people.
But yeah, we really appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to all this. It's one of the major reasons why we did this is we are a small team, and again, no, we're not really looking to bring on more people. Large surge of a lot of the same tickets showing up, and so to maybe slow that down, we wanted to have this, and then also announce all the new stuff that we've been working on. And just to give you guys an idea of how many tickets per day we're up to, it's more than 12.
Yeah. So
God, whoever
that's
typed-
Which
kind of
doesn't sound like a
why
lot.
typed this
we
is
also
really
get
good at
really
typing.
distracted a lot of the time, and why some tickets take a long time to get through, because we're 7 people, with kind of like 3 of us being really active developers and only 2 of us that really access the code of the server. So, you know, a lot of the time we get really busy. We also have our own personal lives to worry about, and it's all just it's all just
We also just like to
voluntary
play.
for us. Yeah.
We want
So
RP too.
we're doing our best.
We're doing our best, and hopefully this helps
We're just little
just
guys.
make a lot of things a little bit less confusing too.
Hmm.
Just a lot of questions, and so we just thought that this was going to be the best way to address as many of those as we could. And yeah, just pair it with some of the new updates and stuff, and give you guys something to look forward to.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, I mean, most of the police also put in an LOA for off guy.
Yeah, I should say.
I'm gonna be really clear with you guys. For anyone who isn't a VTuber, isn't part of like the VTuber community or anything like that, in about at the end of this next month, city's gonna be real empty for a bit.
Yeah, street's about to be really dangerous.
Street's gonna be
And
real
if you
cold.
get shot, you may be on your own.
She's gonna be real cold.
It's gonna be real rough.
Cold.
So
it's just for a few days, but still, it's gonna be real empty for a little bit there.
to the frequent flyers, I wish you good luck.
Hmm.
Try not to get shot.
And I am still gonna try and set up an off guy meetup for Lodestar people. I just haven't fully figured out that yet because I'm trying to figure out the update stuff first. So yes. Colt, did you want to say something? You unmuted for a second.
I was just gonna do that Ferris Bueller meme where like, show's over. What are you still doing here? Go home.
Oh.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No,
We
he
should
did
kick
it.
people
He
out.
did it.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
All right, get out.
Get the hell out of here.
Get out.
Scram.
Get her.
Bye bye. Bye
Bye.
Also, it
Bye-bye.
was 150 people. We can share our screen now.
We can.
so
It is the
funny.
150.
That's so
Oh, yes,
funny.
we can.
That's good
If
to
we get
know.
it boosted
But
to level 3, then it's 300.
That's
funny.
funny.
So funny. Okay, bye.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye bye.
Okay. I'm in stream. I'm EP. I need to go to bed. No RP today. That's a lot of info. I'm gonna send you guys off to Ari, and then you guys can get some RP from her. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. I will stream tomorrow after work, probably. Yeah. Bye.